Preparing to live stream the meeting.
Oh,
Prepare to
yeah.
fast forward.
Enhance.
Prepare to fast forward, sir. Fast forward. Fast forwarding, sir.
Why are we always preparing? Just do it.
Oh, crap. Mute.
Mark, where's my money?
Oh,
You
shit.
send us the email?
Yeah.
I didn't. Let me see here.
We're not live, right?
Oh, we're live. That was the first thing they heard.
Damn it.
Where
I
the fuck
muted
is my
that.
money?
Where's my money, bitch?
Seabart, where's my money?
I don't know, man. I'll get your money for you as soon as you ask. Tell me how much I owe you, because I have no idea how much I owe you, man.
I sent you an email. Did you get it?
That would involve checking my email, which I will do as soon as I go
Thanks,
claw,
buddy.
paste link, and submit.
Hilarious.
And there we go.
I don't think I got the email. Let me see here.
Let me see.
I got it. I paid.
You know what's funny is, Mark, because I did have your email from before, but I didn't have you as Steve. I had you as Mark. But today I couldn't find it, and I'm like, today when I went to, I'm like, oh shit, it is in there.
I don't see
right.
it. You sent it to my. I don't see it.
Okay,
I
hold
love
on.
your email address, by the way. I think it's like,
Okay, Buffalo porn star. Oh,
What time
there's
did you
Dave's
send-
email.
What time did you send it as? I don't see it in here.
I sent it at 1:53.
Wonder if it's in the junk. Let's check junk.
Well, maybe because I said,
Oh, yeah, found it.
I was gonna say.
This is riveting.
I know.
I just had
Riveting radio.
Riveting.
So, Mock, if you
no.
just do a Gmail
check.
search for porn star Buffalo, you'll get Dave.
all
So
right.
we're all good there.
Well, I can't get the IRC to work either. Are you guys in there?
Oh, I couldn't get mine either. It wasn't. It was just spinning. It's
I don't know.
not alone.
Oh, is that from the invite?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a question for the Gleek. See if he's in there.
Is Jim growing a beard? It's very furry this evening.
He's very quiet too.
He's getting dirty.
he's been playing too much
yeah.
Arkanoid lately.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes, that's right. I grew it especially for you, Dave.
I can't wait.
You're pretty close tonight, buddy. You're pretty close.
I was pissed off is what I was. That game wasn't supposed to happen. I started out with a really shitty game and I'm like, should I start over? No, I'll just keep playing. And then the game got progressively better and better and better until I somehow I made it all the way to fucking Doe, the boss at the end. And then
Beefed it.
I had 3 lives.
Yeah.
Fucking biffed it.
Oh.
And the boss
no.
never gives me, if I can make it to the boss, he normally doesn't give me any trouble. But under the circumstances,
Someone needs to text Gleek and say, "What the fuck? Fix the IRC."
I'm in the IRC.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
But you're using an IRC client or
Yeah.
yeah that's-
I
so
just
am I.
use XChat.
So no, it's the link. Oh, that
Oh, it's the link.
valid. So it's bit.ly /arcade hangout
Mhm.
or gleektable.com port 9000. Really? Oh, all right.
I paid Dave right away. I was good.
Oh, yeah,
For the
sure enough. All right, so gleektable.com :900.
Thank you, Seabart.
There you go. You're welcome.
Gleek's colon. What? Gleek's colon at
All right. Well, I'll have to update the-
prostate.com.
Okay, Dave put me in the paid category there. Come on now.
I
What the
did.
hell is this?
So, Mock, the link to the actual IRC is in the chat right now.
You just have to go to the IRC to get it.
I got it. I see what
Nobody
you
gets
did.
me.
Nice. Fucking love doing it.
So it brought up
We
this
went-
feed
yeah.
that says Nick, username, password, real name, channels.
Yeah, so that's just
Yep.
yeah. Put in
Put your shit in.
You don't have to have a
The
password.
Dickens. Scare the dick.
the Dickens out of them. Nobody gets me. You gotta wonder if they wouldn't have gotten fired if they had gotten the joke. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
There's something there that's like, oh, they got it.
There's a lot of those actually. Yeah.
Yeah. The censors. Specifically, you can see her nipple.
I want to see your nipples.
Charles Dickens would want to see her nipple.
Nipple.
You can hardly see them nipples.
Yeah,
And
these guys are really
looking.
That's a good. I could almost watch that movie all year, like year round, almost.
Yeah, I'm excited because I put together that the playlist, which actually I don't know if I can share if you can share that, Mock, but the Christmas playlist, so all the Christmas episodes from all the various TV shows and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
It's like I don't know, 72 hours of like nonstop, just like TV shows, Frasier and
Christmas special. Yeah,
Christmas special.
I think last year I added Pee-wee's Playhouse Christmas episode to my roster. I got what was I gonna? Oh, I just right before the show. Well, I just prepped all my Simpsons Treehouse of Horror episodes because that's my October tradition.
'Tis the season for that.
It is.
I think I have the one that you gave me. I just don't have a lot of Simpsons. And actually, it's funny. I actually went back to see if like what it would take to go buy the seasons. I think I had the first 3 on disc, but like they don't publish them anymore.
Oh, really?
So
see, I don't give a shit about the regular season. I just like the
Treehouse stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and this season 31 is apparently it's episode 666 for their Halloween. So they're doing something special, but it's not released yet. It's supposed to be near the closer to Halloween, I guess. Normally it's either really fucking early, like September sometime, or it's like post Halloween that they release it. It's rare, it seems like, that they release it near Halloween, but I think it's like I looked it up and it's like October 20th or something. So every year it's like,
That's cool.
I get the next one. Yeah.
I just realized Chris and Chris are twinsies today.
I gotta go soon,
Oh yeah,
but I'll be back.
we did that before.
I gotta go pick up the poster.
Oh shit.
Oh
Yeah, right. You just gotta take a
top
shit.
of the hamper.
Oh, we'll do the intro real quick.
All right.
Oh, nice.
Are we live?
We're live. Oh yeah, we've been live
I hope it.
for 10 minutes.
Oh,
Alright,
good. I hope it's
bullshit.
not the bit where I'm like, Mock's that's just a cover for him taking a shit.
Somebody's got a boner.
I'll just take a shit here. Leo.
Yo.
All right, play the boot to the head or something.
What's that?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Arcade Hangout, everybody. America's least impeached show.
So far.
There, that's a new one.
And on season 47. Coming at you from YouTube, America's most downloaded live arcade podcast.
Most pirated. I don't know.
Most pirated.
On the internet.
The longest running live arcade podcast on YouTube that no one admits they'd ever watch.
Yeah, nobody admits they watch it unless you meet the person.
Yeah.
And they tell you in a whisper.
But to be fair, I don't know if I would admit it.
I watch your show.
Yeah,
I don't think I'd admit it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame him.
Of course, you'll have the good taste not to tell anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
There is
listen
that.
to it. I listen to it when I fuck
For a long time. Jesus.
and take a shit.
All the taco. I was just gonna say all the taco poop owners.
Anyway,
Warning.
welcome to the Arcade Hangout, where a bunch of group of friends like to get together once a week and talk about arcade games and multimedia. And I got
Bathroom humor. We eat, drink. What other?
two little news items today. One of them, Andrew and I are getting our
Penises.
Like
Street
Divorce.
Fighter just got shipped about a few days ago.
Yeah, they're in China still, I think.
It's so China. I checked the
Yeah.
tracking. It's like it's in
It's in Shenzhen.
Shenzhen. Yeah, I can't even pronounce it.
Yay.
I'm like,
But it may make it here by Grinkers. They actually ship pretty fast. But
yeah. So we'll see. But it's if people don't know what we're talking about, New Wave Toys it put out. Well, I guess it was a Kickstarter type thing. Was it Kickstarter?
the first two were Kickstarters.
Okay, well,
Next to
anyway,
those arcade machines, your cock would be huge.
that's why I buy it.
Honey, is it all right if I collect these?
Reminds me of a horrible joke.
So
Chris.
it's a rebuild, but at like I don't know what scale it is. 1 foot scale,
It's like 1/6 or something like that.
1/6 scale, something like that. But it's
Bigger than baby's arm.
it's
12 inches.
Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, I believe. But I think it also plays Turbo. Is that right?
I think so. Yeah, it's supposed to be multiple
Yeah.
versions of it.
But you can plug in USB controllers. It does have a little mini controller, like on the it's like the Tempest or the Centipede.
I want to see a fucking tournament where people have their fucking fight sticks
plugged
plugged
into
into that, and the cabinet's like this far away. So,
They get mad, throw the joystick, and smash
You know
the
what's-
whole thing.
What's funny is that they included a second controller in the back that you can pull out, so 2 people can have little controllers play.
I'm just there. It's all the buttons at once.
The
Talking about
buttons,
button mashing.
the buttons are red, white, and blue style, and they are the right to scale and stuff. Kind of. It's cute. I know.
Everyone will play Blanca, Chun-Li, or Honda because they
Any
can just
charge.
mash.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's coming out, and they did announce that they are working on Dragon's Lair. They're going to be announcing and showing off the newest prototype. They have a brand new one, a brand new model. It's different than the one they've been showing off. And they posted on Facebook today. I think I showed you guys that one. It had
Your Sean Astin boner.
Samwise and Corey Feldman that were at a show. And actually, Sean Astin actually can play Dragon's Lair. He actually knows the moves, so that was kind of cool. So he's there, playing it in his little picture. Let's see, I got a little picture I can show here on the show for peeps. Let's see, where did I post it here? Let's see.
Yeah,
hold on.
Samwise boner.
So here's a picture of them playing it. And
God, his
there's-
head is huge.
Yeah, Corey, he did gain some weight.
He's put on some weight. Yeah.
And Corey Feldman, who's, God, that guy, I can't believe he's still alive.
Remember that thing?
He's a Corey that still is alive.
Still alive. Yeah.
Oh,
Did he
too
have a
soon.
song on one of those morning shows like in the last 5 years? Like he performed like some musical number and it was very odd.
Yeah, he's done like different bands and stuff. With girls have said he's like kind of a dick to him, the angels you'd call him. And they talk about how they were mistreated and shit like that. Anyway, that's off topic. The second news item I want to talk about is Cuphead. We've talked about Cuphead on the show before. I brought it up on our Slack that it's 20% off right now. So what is that? What did Keith say it was? $15?
$15, yeah.
About $15. So if you haven't played Cuphead yet, it's on all platforms at that price. It's totally worth it. I think when I bought it, it was 30 something. I think maybe 30, 35 or
So
something.
by all platforms, will that mean it'll work on my PS3? I don't know.
And your iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think
Apple
so? Do you really
too.
think it'll work on
No.
it? Yeah, I was gonna
I
say
doubt it.
probably Xbox and
Just the
and,
latest
PC.
consoles.
Yeah.
and PC. Yeah. So,
Is it on the Switch?
I think it is. I believe it is. Cool. So that's kind of cool. They have it on there. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty cool. So that's my 2 news items. Oh, and the third news item is Grinkers is a week away. Yay!
Yeah.
That's minor.
Yeah.
1 week and 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
But who's
Counting every second.
So I'm gonna
Get a life.
I'm gonna be leaving in a minute. I gotta go pick up the poster before they close at 9, and I don't want to go tomorrow. I got too much to do tomorrow, packing and stuff for New York.
Oh yeah, that's right. You are.
Yeah, I'm
going
gonna
down.
be swamped. So I got to get it out of the way. So,
All right, hurry back.
all right. So I'm gonna bail right now, but I'll be back about.
Happy pooping.
Cool.
Yeah. All right.
Mark, you have to say I'll be back properly. Come on now.
I'll be back.
There we go. Close enough.
Okay, I'll be back.
Well, see you later.
And with that, we get his name on the screen.
Oh yeah, he
Oh,
just
he's
That,
stayed
that's
in the
our
show,
show, everybody. Yeah, have a good night. See you next Tuesday.
well, that was all the important stuff. So
Yeah.
I got nothing.
We need some birds chirping or something.
Birds. Yeah, you've got that on your on
Crickets.
your
Crickets, yeah, I can open
Sente.
up the door.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my Sente. Yeah. The golf.
You guys want to see the T-shirt, or do you want to wait till Grinkers?
Well, you're wearing one, aren't you?
No, this is
That's
last
the-
year's model.
Oh.
This is the upgraded new logo shirt. Because this one also has the time starts at midnight. Because it's
So at 9 p.m.
Oh, so you did correct that because me and Carrie were laughing. We're like, yeah, it's a little.
Do you want to see? Okay, I'll show you.
Whip it out.
Whip it up.
Unzip.
Okay.
Or are you even wearing pants? Yeah.
Sweatpants. Sorry,
Fuck pants.
cargos. Cargo pants.
I'll show maybe the white version because that might be the easiest on, or maybe. Okay, this is the front.
Nice.
Cool.
It just says, and on the back, it has the logo. This is the white version. This is the sport gray.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh, ah.
And this is the ice version, which I'm not sure. It says it's ice gray, but I don't know if it looks good. But
Yeah.
you know what actually looks really good is Buffett's
Your wiener. Oh.
this Mountain Dew safety green. I'm like, this doesn't look bad. You know, he got it like he wanted Mountain Dew green, but they didn't have it, and the guy's like,
So did you do all of them with the same style logo then?
Wait here. Well, the dark ones, which they're all. Let me see. They might be. Well, I'm not gonna undo it.
It's the same ink, though,
it's
right?
the same style logo
The
on all
really
the shirts.
dark one, like Carrie's, it's black. It's just black on the front and black on the back, not the red. I actually like it. I mean, he said it looked better, so I'm like, whatever.
Oh, okay.
So it's the black, and that in the military green just says black. It's like, you know, the night version of the logo.
Cool.
Yeah, with the
Nice.
black, with that filled in, right?
I'll open one.
Okay.
I
So
rolled
I thought I request doesn't matter. Yeah.
I don't even remember what color I asked for.
Yeah, I asked for
Green,
the
I think.
the logo that had the black filled in with the back, like the non-transparent one.
Oh,
But it doesn't
Oh, so it
matter.
looks like
Like
a
it
black
doesn't
screen.
matter. Yeah, you know the orange outline, it's filled in. The
Okay.
one, yeah.
Looks pretty hazy there, Leo.
It is. Yeah, this is Trios Curiosity 65. One of their.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this is a nice one. It's been aging for about 6 weeks now too. So
Oh,
very
Jim, there's no orange outline on yours.
Okay. Oh, interesting. All right, because you sent us 3 logos to choose from, and that's why I was like,
Oh, I think
that's why I specified with the background and stuff. When you're like, what do you mean BW? Yeah.
There's no orange on there. This is the color
Okay.
you got. There's no
Okay, cool.
orange. It's just black, and the front is red.
Cool.
But like
No, looks good.
Carrie's and who's the other guy? Andrew, because their shirts are dark. This is
Yeah.
black, which I like. It's black. And then there's
Oh,
no,
yeah.
Oh, it's black. It's black. And I think the whole
So you can't see it at all. Nice. No, I'm just kidding.
It's
Yeah,
just,
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
But I
Just
rolled
being
them
a
up
dick.
in rubber bands, and I'm like, forget it. I'm not undoing them because they're like on the bottom of the pile. These were mine.
Hear that, Andrew? You get the bottom of the
I
pile.
know.
Yeah.
It's all right.
And Leo, you can get one. We can order that anytime when you come to
Learned
Buffalo.
about being a bottom last
yeah.
night.
Have one ready for when I'm there in January. Have one there. when-
Yeah. He's around the corner. I can
Yeah.
pick it up. Yeah, whatever. What do you want?
Beautiful. Yeah. I can use it.
In fact, you can reach out and touch him right now. Yeah.
And I got one for Steve. You know, so he can. I don't know. It's not black, but it's sport gray. Maybe like it.
Can we post the link? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
I think I have to do it because I can actually type it.
Dave, have you had the Bud Light Platinum? Just out of curiosity.
Is that the one they've had for a while?
They've just been advertising it recently, so I don't know.
Sounds a little too heavy.
I don't drink shitty beer, so I don't know. But
Oh, nice. Speaking of that, I need a drink. Tonight's one of my drinking nights. Gotta
You know, it's
start
funny
gaining
'cause I had
shape.
I had a physical today, and you know, I had blood work done yesterday, and she's like, everything, my triglycerides are real high. And she's like, well, there's 3 things you can either binge drink that'll make the or if you like a lot of soda, which
ding, ding.
Yeah.
Wow.
a lot of subs and
Or do you play a lot of poker late night and smoke? Yeah.
no, and she goes binge drink. But what else? What else you saying? Oh, because and last time you were here, you said you drank 5 nights a week 4 beers a night, or 4 nights a week, 5 beers a night. I go, well, that's about right. I go, tonight I'll have 10, but I go, then I won't have any. We'll keep with the 20 a week. You know,
I made a little note that said alcoholic right here. I just want to toss it out.
Then I said, I'm doing a podcast. She goes, oh, is this about sports? I go, no. One guy yells sports
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I said pop culture and arcade games.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but they didn't make me take any meds. Now, 3 months later, I gotta. Well, I'm on blood pressure meds, but that's a given.
Do you guys ever change your answer when the doctor asks you how many times you or how often you drink? Because like the one can sound better than the other. It's like, well, how many drinks do you have a week? And like, okay, I can divide this up. But if they ask like how many days a week do you have a drink? And you're like, oh, 2. But and it's like that sounds it sounds great, but
you average 2 a day. It's just
so you just consolidate. So you don't tell them that it's 5 to 10 drinks on those days. But
I said that today. I go, well, tonight I'll have 10 beers easy. But I go, it'll be 2 or 3 days. I know.
But don't worry, it's Bud Light.
Yeah. He's like, well, how often do you smoke? I go, well, only if I'm drinking.
Yeah.
Leo always says, he goes, Dave, I always see you smoking. I always see you drinking. But because we don't go shopping together, this is what we do.
Right. But it was just so funny because I was bringing up and like,
shopping.
What are you talking about, Dave? You always smoke. I always see you smoke. And he's like, well, I only smoke when I drink. It's like, oh, yeah, okay.
Well, wait a minute. Here we go. Am I smoking in the morning after breakfast? Do you ever see me do that?
No, you pound diet Cokes.
You just take
Regular
a big dump.
Coke, high octane. I like I like my triglycerides really high.
Yeah.
I think I'm at
and your muffins.
I'm 500 or 600 is my triglycerides.
If you go into the ditch, you'll be fine for weeks.
My dad was getting a physical one time too, and they asked him how often do you drink, and like how, and he says, if I'm out, I'll have like 7 or 8, and he goes, what? He goes, yeah, that's like social drinking where I'm from. What the fuck are you talking about? Like that's that's like an easy day.
Yeah. I didn't even tell you how long I was out, that night.
Yeah.
We're averaging like 1.5 an hour or 1 an hour. I mean, shit, so it's all perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I should shut my games off before one of them dies. I'm playing with fire again.
You're rolling the dice, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if it dies, I can replace it with a nice winner too, if you'd like.
Perfect.
Nobody wants my Pong clone.
Well, if they didn't pop up on Facebook or fucking Craigslist, there's always a Pong clone.
I haven't seen one, and that's why I grabbed it, and I haven't seen it. I go, somebody wants this. Like I felt like I was saving it. And then if I had room, I would actually keep it because I think it's so different than anything I have. 73 for Christ's sake. And it has the whole black and white TV in it. You open the back, it's still in the case. It's just there's a wire coming out of the back.
Yeah. Speaking of Craigslist, no, that was on Facebook. That's the first game I've ever picked up via Facebook Marketplace. Yesterday was Monday. Yesterday I picked up another Mega Touch.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
So I couldn't pass it up.
The flat one or the one with the screen?
Yeah, flat one. Yeah, and
how much was that?
An Ion, $100 working, and it's got 2014 software on it.
Oh my god!
It came out of I didn't even realize it's one of those stories where I didn't even realize this place existed. It came from a vending company called Tyson Vending. They're only 3 miles away from me, and they have a lot of obviously vending machines, and they have like a bazillion quarter changing machines, but they also have a bunch of arcade stuff, and that's not really their specialty. So I don't think that the old man that was helping with this really knew what they had. So, and they're trying to phase a lot of that stuff out. In fact, they had a big, huge, like Gaylord box full of monitor chassis that they were going to throw out, like to the dumpster. So I went through it like a fucking Walmart bin for like $2 movies or whatever. And I pulled out most of them were bigger, like 25, 27 newer monitors for like big bucks and stuff. And they're all pieced apart, but I did find a K7000 chassis. So he said I could just have it. So, but yeah, so he had a few of these Mega Touch, and I just couldn't, for $100, I didn't know what software, because there was a picture that it wasn't even powered on. It had been sitting there for a few days on Facebook. And so it wasn't really advertised very well, but it said working. So I'm like, shit, I don't care what software's on there. Working Ion Evo is worth at least $300 to $500. Doesn't matter what the condition is, as long as it works. So picked it up, and it had 2014, the last software revision. If you go on eBay now and you look for just the installation disc, but more importantly the key for it, you're going to spend a couple $100 on that alone. So I mean, it was a steal. And he had all kinds of stuff, monitors and things like that. Not a lot of 19s. There was only like one or two. But I'm definitely going to go back there if he's like, yeah, you can just walk through and look for parts and stuff like that. That's no problem. They didn't have a ton of stuff, but they definitely had some classics, mostly the newer stuff like Big Buck Hunter stuff. So I'm probably going to go back there, try to work out a deal on a Big Buck Hunter down the road.
So mostly larger monitors?
Yeah, like 20, mostly 25s and up.
Yeah.
And a lot of them were the flats, like the newer style. Right. So he had one 119 that I could reach that I looked at. It had it was a Neotech. So I've never owned one, but it's a newer monitor, but 19 nonetheless. So I asked him about it, and so I might go back if I need a monitor, but it was mostly new stuff. So yeah, it was cool. It's nice when it's so close like that too. But yeah, he was super nice. Gave me his card. But yeah, he had other than this one, he had another Evo, but it was a Force, and then he had a couple of Radeons, which Andrew's familiar with. I almost grabbed, asked him about those. He didn't have any price or anything. They weren't powered on. I almost asked him, regardless of if they worked, I thought about maybe just buying them for the monitors or parts.
Well, I've got a brand new tube. But at this point, I just need a chassis.
Yeah, I could pull. Yeah, so I thought about that, but then So, anyways, you'd be better off with one of these, anyways.
Yeah, we'll see how that
works. Yeah. It is what
awesome.
It is.
That's super cool.
So that was my.
So you never knew this guy existed before?
No, it was Facebook Marketplace, and I'm like, well, he's in Golden Valley, which is literally it's like a sister suburb to where I'm at, and so I'm like, that's fucking close. And he gave me his address and said it was Tyson Vending, and I'm like, a vending company, okay. And you walk in, and it's they have a huge warehouse, but you walk in and there's a nice little lobby area, and they have like vintage vending machines, like a candy bar machine and a Coke machine and stuff. Like the vending machines are cool. And when I was walking out, they even had a bunch of old kiddie rides in there too. So like it's this huge warehouse. And I've never done like any sort of a warehouse raid, and this isn't the place for it, obviously, because they don't have a lot of like classic games or anything. But I mean, they had like a Miss Pac-Man and a Centipede and stuff like that, but not a ton of stuff. But yeah, it's a cool facility. But I wouldn't have even known. I was telling him while I was there, I'm like, do you mind if I just walk around and just poke around? He's like, no, go right ahead. And I'm like, because I never knew this was here. And I collect and restore the stuff. So like a lot of these parts, like I might be interested in. And so yeah, super nice.
Yeah, it's so funny. That's the way Game Exchange was the first couple times I went in there too, where they were just like, "There's a warehouse. Go ahead, dig through whatever you want. Just don't break anything."
It's like a fucking kid in a candy store.
Right? Yeah. Then when we went back there, and they were all kind of bitchy with us.
Yeah, they were the bitch cakes. Yeah.
Just because I wanted to buy a fucking Mega Touch for parts.
I know, and they have this fucking.
Look, I'm a customer.
Yeah, and they've got this fucking wall of beat the fuck mega touches that they're like, well, I don't know. And I'm like, you're never gonna sell these. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Gak, do you have a Mega Touch?
No. I mean,
well, it's funny because like
I've been Mega Touch.
Yeah.
You seen that man's hands?
Well, I did pick this
I'm
one
all
up.
thumbs.
The best finger.
He is.
Yeah.
It's good for one. No.
Yes.
Well, I picked this. I used to own another Evo. Like I've got my my Mega Touch, and then I had one just like this as a second one. And for a while, I brought it into work, and then I also when we would have parties, you can link them together. So we would have for some of the games, not all of them, and so that was fun too. But ultimately, it's like, I don't need to. I'd rather someone else enjoy this one as well. And you always get the argument, well, you just use an iPad. I'm like, have you ever seen 8 people around a fucking iPad with a drink in their hand trying to play a game?
Right.
Yeah, no. So anyways, so I got this one with the idea that maybe I would fix it up, but it doesn't really need anything. And then I would probably sell it to someone and not ask a lot. But I already had Andrew in mind, because he's been trying to get his fucking Mega Touch going for that's over a year now.
I mean, I spent the first like 6 months really dinking with that thing, tore it apart. I don't know how many fucking times.
That's the one the UPS guy fucked up when he.
Yep, that's the one that the UPS guy kicked up the stairs.
Yep.
And after
it caught on fire.
Yeah, and after like I don't know,
forgot about that.
2 months or so,
2 years
I finally
ago
got
at your house.
That was a long time. Yeah.
God damn.
Finally got my my money back. I'm glad I fucking did that pack and ship insurance claim. It was kind of being the squeaky wheel and constantly hounding, but finally got what it
How long did it take for you to get it back?
I want to say it was at least 4 to 8 weeks, just because like I constantly was checking in with them and not hearing anything, because you would expect that as long as you provide photos and you provide documentation of value, like they should just hand you a check, and it wasn't that simple.
They
I really
hacked it. They picked the box. They put it in the pack. It was like all on them.
That's the whole fucking reason to have them do that and pay that money, was to ensure that it'd be. And you would think too that like, okay, we're packing this. They would be like, okay, driver, you have to be very careful with this because blah blah blah.
We're fucked if this.
They'd have like a secret handshake the UPS guys did together to be like, don't fuck this one up. I don't care about the rest of them, but don't fuck this one up.
It was a pain in the ass because I hauled that Radeon. First, I got a quote from FedEx. And then I got a quote from UPS. So I'm going from place to place, and FedEx was a lot more, I remember. But again, they go. It's not just weight; they go by the size of the box, and UPS was better in that regard. But I'm almost tempted and chances are I'm going to be shipping. Obviously, if you take it, I'm going to be shipping it to you. It's funny because as soon as I posted this. Like Lewis was interested, and Mike Mann, like a bunch of, but I'm thinking about maybe I should get another quote again from FedEx just for the shit, since it doesn't require as big of a box.
Right.
And my original Evo, same model, was shipped to me. Not my current one, but the one I had, the Evo I had before this that I sold, was shipped to me, and it was perfectly fine. It came in a square box. These are actually way more built to be shipped than any of the CRT models, because not only are you dealing with an LCD, but the weight is at the bottom, and the case is metal, and it's way more rugged. But the screen sits backwards at an angle like this, at a fixed angle, and so if you pad it and stuff on the front, it's like in really good shape. Like you're sitting pretty well. Put some styrofoam and padding in there, it's fine, because that's about the only fragile thing, because the PC and everything is so tightly locked down inside there. It's really robust and rugged. About the only thing other than just like some TLC just cleaning it, it doesn't have the dollar bill validator in there. It's got the coin mech, but I mean, you can, if you really want to throw a bill I'm weird like that. I like to have it, so like I put one in my my other ones, but so it's got a physically, I'm not going to go grab it, but it's got a mounted like game controller, like a mounted game pad. And typical for these, the buttons are a little mushy. There's a little wear on the little joystick, but it works, and you may or may not use. There's not a lot of games that it benefits you to use that over the touch screen, but you can still find parts for that. In fact, the one I sold, I had found a new old stock whole entire that piece for like $30 or $40 on eBay.
Is
So
it eBay? Yeah, I was wondering. That's
Yeah.
probably where you get the parts.
yeah. So, but yeah, they're still around. And yeah, I was really shocked that it's got 2014 software. I was expecting something else. So it's got the key
Is that the
and everything.
latest?
Yeah, that's the last
wow.
version that they made, and that's why that commands a fair amount of money.
Right.
But coincidentally, when I upgraded the one I've got now, which is the model's called the Elite Edge, it's very similar to that one. It's just a bigger screen. It's got a little bit different profile, but everything else is the same. But the company that bought out Merit, I think they're AMI, and they still somewhat support MegaTouch, but they're kind of phasing it out. But if you email their parts department, they sold me a key, a 2014 key, and disc, and like new old stock, still sealed and stuff. It sounds funny to say that because it's 2014, but for like $100 or $125. So they sold it to me a lot cheaper than what you'll find on eBay.
Interesting. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome
Yeah.
to still support it.
Right? Yeah. It was
Those keys, I mean, that's a hardware piece. It's not like a CD that they just duplicate.
Yeah, and the thing is about those, so it looks like a really thick nickel. It's about that size, and it's got a tab that comes out, and so it's kind of like
It's like a CMOS battery with a little handle on it.
Yeah, it fits in between a couple contacts, and that kind of that tells it that's legit and decrypts it and everything. It's very much, it kind of reminds me of how the decryption stuff works with like Capcom CPS2 stuff, where if it does, it looks for that key, and if it doesn't find it, or it's like a dongle almost, then it doesn't boot. But apparently, so those have a little battery inside them too. And this has never happened to me. Granted, it's 2014 software, but apparently, according to, from what I've read, they're built to last 10 years before the battery goes. And someone on Clav, I think, was talking about replacing the battery to keep them going. But then there's also people that are trying to hack the software so you don't need a
Don't even
key.
need a key, yeah.
And there's some stuff about that out there. So anyways,
It's interesting. So is it basically like a watch battery on there with like some other?
No, so it's tin or something that you have to actually crack open, and there's like a chip and a little tiny battery inside that container.
Cool.
So yeah, it's interesting stuff, but and it's all built on Linux.
Right.
So yeah. Anyway, welcome back, Mock.
How's
I
that
didn't miss
poster
much.
look?
I just babbled about MegaTouch for a good 10 minutes.
Okay.
That
Poster
must
came out good.
I should hope so.
Yeah, it was so expensive. Huh? No.
That shit better be as pretty as the banner.
You're right.
Yeah,
Because it costs almost half as
Yeah, it
much.
costs half the price of the banner.
I put the receipts upside down. Hold on.
Oh, that's fine.
So this time next
Long
week,
as long as you've got a hard copy.
Sponsored by Brad.
Yeah, right, pretty much.
Well, just
Brad,
so you
Brad
have
bought that
a
poster.
so you have a copy of it, Andrew.
Yeah, thank you.
Just flip it right side up.
Yep.
It's on its way. Yeah, it's pricey, but it looks good. We just got to figure out. I'm hoping we can find the right size foam board for it at a Walmart or somewhere.
Well,
I mean,
if
24
not,
by
they do-
36 is pretty common.
That's pretty common.
Yeah,
I
if they
think
don't, I know
that.
they have poster frames.
Yeah, well, yeah, frames for sure. They definitely have 24 by 36.
Yeah,
I mean, Target
for
or
$70
any of those guys are going to have it.
No, it's like
Oh,
it
they're
was-
like 6.
okay.
It might
You
be
get cheap
10 or
plastic.
something.
We
Yeah,
thought the
plastic
poster was going to
frame.
be 20, but
Yeah.
nope.
Well, you didn't print that shit at Walmart.
No.
Yeah,
I hate going into Walmart.
I know.
I avoid it as much as I can. My wife makes me go there sometimes. I'm like, no, don't make me go. No, no. God, we got such slime bags at our Walmart too. It's so gross. Ugh,
not just your Walmart.
yeah.
it's awful.
Mm.
So yeah, I just don't go in there if I can help it. It's good for party supplies and stuff, but I just I avoid it. So anyway, so what are we talking about now?
I've been enjoying streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it, Jim. I watched
Yeah, what's
One
your
of
channel
them-
name, Jimbo? Sorry for
Yeah.
all the listeners.
What's it? Oh, it's on just my YouTube. I'm only streaming right now through YouTube.
Dinky Flicks.
Dinky Flicks. Yep.
Got it.
So I moved away. So I did that one Toki stream, and then I moved to Eyes. And basically, I've been like setting a challenge for myself, and then until I accomplish it, I'll stay on that game. And granted, I don't have like much of a following right now. Like I'm, when I played Arkanoid earlier, there was like 12 people in the chat.
Peak out at 12.
I was one of them.
So
I was there for a little bit. And you did an Arkanoid. You got up to a point where there was you had 3 lives, and it was this metal bar where only the center opening you have to hit to get through it.
Oh, that level fucking
and then it fucked you up, yeah. And then you just
that was like a night or two ago. That might have been like Sunday night or last night. I was pissed.
Yeah.
I right after that, I made a note to not go that direction. And if I had gone the right side, it would have been and I played that level earlier before the show. It's so much easier because it's basically like Arkanoid level 1 or Breakout, where it's just rows of regular bricks at the top. So,
you could totally, with recording it, you could totally map out what is what on.
That's what I've been doing. I've been going back looking at my video. Now I have basically, because right before the show, I did a quick stream and I made it all the way to fucking the boss with 3 lives. And I fucking sucked. And
man.
And normally that
it
boss
looked like
doesn't
it was
give
the first time you were there. I mean, really, honestly, like it was like you just died. It was weird. It's like
it was normally the boss. Yeah, normally you because he will spit out whatever he'll shoot at you wherever you are. So you he'll shoot semen at you, and you have to avoid it. Yeah. So, and it's black.
And sparkly. It's like electric semen.
So typically, what I'll do is I'll try to move from one direction to the other, so that the ball is basically hitting him and moving, like if you moving above his head while you're avoiding the shots. And it's really not that difficult. Like this is probably the 5th time I've faced the boss, and every time before that I've had no problem getting
How many
through
times do
him.
you have to hit him?
I don't know. It's a lot. It's like, I don't know. Maybe
20,
it's like 20 or 30.
Okay.
So, yeah, I haven't counted.
But
So
I think the Arkanoid was a spaceship, not like this guy's face. I mean,
Doe is the name of the boss.
Oh, God.
That's why it's called Revenge of Doe. Yeah,
right.
And but that's the first stage. Once you defeat him, then it turns into that squiddy thing, that octopusy thing that's like the sub boss, and that's pretty easy to defeat. That not a whole lot happens except So once you get through that, and it's happened to me before. Actually, it happened at fucking CAX, where I was playing on Lewis's machine, and I got all the way up to the boss, defeated him. But I had forgotten that there's a second stage, so I whip out my phone. I'm like, I defeated him. I whip out my phone. I was going to record the ending, and then it transformed into the other boss. I just died.
Oh no!
So yeah, I've been enjoying doing. It's fun to interact with chat and stuff. But obviously, I'm not monetizing. I don't care about like whether or not people subscribe. It's just an excuse for me to play the game and do it live, and if people want to watch, that's fine. But it's giving me more of a reason to play my games more. And that's
yeah.
I played Eyes until I broke my world record, and after I finally finished Arkanoid,
what's next?
I want to do Cheyenne next.
Yeah, that's the one I'm hoping to see.
I haven't quite figured out where I want to set my cameras.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be tough because you're gonna be, with the way that game is. Yeah, that's gonna be tricky.
I think I'll end up pointing one like my main camera. So I have like 2 cameras. I have a webcam, and then I have, well, you can't see, and then I have my nice camera. And
gonna be ass
I'll
cam.
probably
because you should be hunched over the game, right? Yeah.
Crotch cam.
Yeah.
No, it'll be like, typically I like to put the main camera where you can see like me at the cabinet closer with a piece of the monitor in frame, at least, like, so that you can see that it's synchronized with the direct feed. So like you can see part of the arcade monitor, and that it matches with the direct feed. And then the webcam is just for a wide view. So like I'll have that so you can see that I'm working the gun and stuff. So that's kind of my game plan. But
I think you need to, Jimbo. I think you need to spice it up for Cheyenne. You got to dress up in a cowboy outfit or
yeah, you
assless chaps
and spurs.
Assless chaps.
There you go. The camera accidentally pans down every once in a while.
What I'll do
sorry about that.
No. I'll just start the stream with my be right back animation. So like people are like, oh, he's got a stream coming up, and have a camera just pointed right on my ass, like right in your face. Oh, sorry.
Belt buckle and assless chaps. There you go.
The ass cam.
And turn on the sound, for a few seconds before, so you hear like, your spurs, chink.
Yeah,
closer.
What's going on here?
Character.
You're walking like a slow boss from like the old games, really slow.
Yeah.
Little big sound effects.
Excellent. Yeah. No, I've thought about like, I don't know what other like YouTube's easy. And then I'll usually, if it's a weekend, I'll post the link in like on like Facebook with the Minnesota collectors and stuff like that. And then of course on Clav. But I'm kind of shy. I don't want to do Twitch, I don't think, just because it's not designed. I don't like the way the search works in that, and it's designed for like PC gamers. And the way that you search for a game is kind of stupid. Like I've looked for arcade games on there, and it's a pain in the ass to find. You won't find them.
No, it's basically, yeah. I mean, you find them, but they're basically in just like the retro like group channel. And then you have to like scroll down forever looking for someone actually playing an arcade game.
Yeah, and
like
if you're like a new streamer, that like you're not going to get anything, because not at this point, because it's all based around the who's got the following already. So
and like, are you playing the popular game?
Fortnite, yeah. Although and that Minecraft. Shit like that.
So like that's why I like YouTube, because at least it goes out to like my channel, and I can easily post. Everyone can easily access YouTube. I know there's a ton of other platforms out there, because I was looking on Restream, which is a site that will allow you to stream simultaneously to multiple platforms if you want. And so I was like, I know Mixer's a new one, but again, I don't really care. I'm not trying to make money on this, so I'll just stick with YouTube for now.
Well, so the other thing is like, get yourself a Street Fighter game, and then you could actually go on to something like Twitch, because if you're playing Street Fighter, then that's going to get a lot more.
I actually thought about
not so many.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, if maybe like versus Super Mario or something like.
Right.
Nintendo,
yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, yeah. I bet Super Mario would probably do pretty well. Yeah, especially if
maybe versus Castlevania or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Tag that with something about
retro.
Well, no, it's all retro, but like I was trying to think. There's like a special name for the versus Super Mario version that came out on the Switch. So like right now on the Switch,
Lost Levels.
No, because that's like, I think they call that, isn't that Super Mario Brothers 2? Like the Japan
Super Mario
version?
the Japan version Super Mario Brothers 2. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but isn't that Lost Levels, or is that different?
Lost Levels is the same, or it's similar. There's a couple of minor differences, but it's essentially the same game.
Okay. Well, so the thing there would be like to try and tag it with like Switch, or the Switch version of that game, so that people recognize it and then want to click.
Yeah.
Again, that's if you wanted to do Twitch.
Yeah. Right now, I'm trying to go through game. Like I'm going to revisit Toki. Like right now, I'm playing some games that I'm relatively decent at, and then I'm going to dwindle down to the games I suck at. But yeah. So that's kind of I don't know what other platform I should.
You suck, Seabart. You suck twice.
What's he trying to do?
He's trying to type the kill the duck thing in the IRC, but
I
watched
beef.
I literally watched it show up on the screen, and I looked up at Chris, and Chris was like diving for his fucking keyboard to type it in, and then he fucking typoed twice in a row.
3 times.
Yeah, anyone in the IRC that wants to watch my live streams, I've been doing actually quite a few. It's almost been daily lately.
Pretty much. I stayed up with you till 3 o'clock on Saturday.
Saturday was, or was that
Sunday? No, Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday I was up late.
I was very tired at work going in. Chris, why are you so tired on a Monday? I was up to 3 watching some bastard from Minnesota stream some stupid game called Arkanoid.
Yeah. Oh, sure you were.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I had a dentist appointment yesterday, and And so I was like, oh, I can stay up a little bit later on Sunday. I'll do a stream. Friday was a shit show. Friday I streamed, I realized, for 5.5 hours.
Whoa.
Yeah, I started at fucking 10 and I didn't quit until like 3 a.m. Yeah, 3 something.
Damn.
It was ridiculous. Yeah, that's the problem with weekends, especially if I'm drinking. But, I was getting pissed.
YouTube Punk was there as well.
Yeah,
Just put a reminder in chat.
Yep. So I've been streaming fairly regularly. If you guys just want to hang out, I've been I like to read what's going on in the chat, and with Arkanoid I can do that fairly regularly. Can't do that with eyes.
Yeah, it can't be too distracting because then you just start screwing up the game, right?
Yeah. Arkanoid's different, but yeah. So
how long is the Arkanoid game start to finish? Sorry, Leo.
No, on average, I would say anywhere between 45 minutes and an hour.
Okay.
It all depends. It depends on your lives. There's a lot of variables because if you get the ball trapped in places where it's like you have to wait it out, and so on average, I would say 45 to an hour. I don't know. Seabart, go back and time how long did it take me from beginning to get to the bus?
So another 2 weeks from this fucking whatever this thing here is, but maybe I'll time it. But when those balls get trapped,
well, you just have to go from time code from when I hit the start to the end. Actually, I could do that now. You guys talk about something else. I'll come back to it.
I was gonna ask the question.
They're like, thank God we're done talking about this.
I have an app for that. Time management. You put in the time that you ended, you subtract it by the time you started at, and then poof, here's how long you were on for.
That's amazing.
Which some of you
that's called simple math, right?
Yeah.
No, it's called an app doing it for you. And there's 2 of us on here right now that have been posting some pretty impressive numbers. I'm only at episode 186.
Well, we're on 190.
Yeah.
Way to drop the ball.
Jeez, come on,
I know. Wow. Damn, 4 episodes behind. Jeez, get on top of it already.
Do you know how hard it is listening to this shit being recorded? It's a different
Why do you
thing.
think?
No, I don't, because I never have.
Yes.
I have never listened to one of our fucking episodes.
We know better. All I can figure though is like I did this. All I can figure is that. Can you imagine like you going through these shows now puts in perspective what John and Sean and Joe must have thought when I did the best of shows. They're like, oh my God, you fucking went through all these.
And now you're on the other side of it, Jim, and you only had 100 episodes. I'm at 180.
Yeah,
Where's the Excel sheet? Where's the Excel
So what
sheet?
would a best of the arcade, the arcade hangout look like?
It'd be about 16 seconds.
Yeah.
It'd be Gax laugh.
Yep. Hold on.
Well, and then it's just the sheer number
Griffin
of
taking a
hours
piss,
too.
and then some sound effects.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me when to stop.
Mean.
What?
All right, so wow.
I don't know what you're asking.
that episode. No, I said tell me when to stop. I was scrolling through the Excel sheet.
Oh.
I gotta find the marker again. There we go.
Okay.
Stop.
Please stop.
No whammies.
Like,
Yeah.
All right.
Press your luck.
Episode. No,
Aha.
that's actually
Andrew, it was it took me. It was 43 minutes.
Okay, cool.
To
That's
get to
very
the
doable.
boss.
I'm just trying to think, like,
Yeah.
I'm putting in perspective for, so like, Rastan
Wait.
or, Forgotten Worlds. And those are about 45 minutes to finish, start to finish.
Interesting. Yeah.
Might only be
It
one
pales in
woman,
comparison
but we
to
have more
sitting down and
tits.
playing Eyes for like 4 hours, but
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And
That's
it's
totally
and it's
different
got an ending. The game
Yeah.
does not repeat. There's no loops or anything like that. So,
Right.
which is kind of nice to there's an argument about that to be said for a game that just ends.
it just ends. Yeah.
It was funny too because like I think my score was only like 600,000, so I didn't even getting to the boss. I didn't even get on my own leaderboard. So like every big score all depends on that level.
Yeah.
But I've been doing that fairly regularly.
So would you say that like the like those, because that's all about the power ups on that one level, right?
Yeah,
So-
you need one power up. There's two different power ups that can dictate whether or not you get a massive score or not.
And does it pretty much like if you just play through the game and not get those power ups and just keep playing through and beat the boss? It's like, is it pretty much like the same ish score roughly? Plus or minus
no,
50,000.
I mean, no, it can vary a bit regardless of that level, because it depends on, are you collecting every capsule, or are you getting lucky elsewhere with like break capsules that give you 10,000 points when you clear the stage. And if you get like are you using the laser a lot, which I don't think you get as many points for breaking breaks with that. The mega ball, you get, I think, a few more points for hitting the gold bricks. So there's a lot of variables there. So typically, like when I've beat the game, usually I'm at anywhere between, if I'm just trying to beat the game like I am now, and I don't care. Now, granted, if I get that power up, yeah, sure, because I'll let it play out because I want the extra lives. But anywhere between 6 and like 900,000 points.
Okay.
And my leaderboard starts at like 917,000.
That's where it starts.
Yeah, that's where it starts.
Out of like scores of 10.
5. Yeah.
5.
So there's 5 on the leaderboard. My best is 1.5 million, and then and Arcade's world record's 1.6. So
so you're like knocking on that
I'm
door?
right. Yeah, but again, like it's a random factor. It's can you get that power up, one of the two. So you can either get the new generate, the white capsule that constantly breaks into 3, that's most common, or if you get one of the flashy capsules and you just happen to get the one that breaks it into, it's either 8 or 12 constantly
that regenerate.
Yeah. Then but then you still have to avoid them as they drop down the sides, because you accidentally risk finishing the level then.
Right.
But so those are the capsules, and when I got my 1.5 million, I think I got anywhere between 800,000 and 1 million points just on that stage on a one fucking. So it's kind of like going for a high score to me on that game just isn't like, it's not as much. There's skill involved, sure. But it's such a random, like, it's kind of bullshit. It doesn't necessarily mean you have more skill in the game. You could get a fucking massive score and then die and not even complete the game, and hey, I got the world record.
Yeah.
No. Anyhow.
Interesting. Sorry, Leo, you think you had a question like 10 minutes ago?
20 minutes ago? 30 minutes ago?
Forgot already.
Sorry.
Yes. The comments on the YouTube video. Is there any way that like the computer could like ask the questions, or like do like an audio so you could hear the questions while playing?
Yeah, it's like an Alexa is like reading the questions.
Yeah, just like so you could
you
like
could just verbalize them.
Exactly.
Oh
yeah.
Shit! I didn't realize it was related to what I was talking about. I was like, I'm sorry. What's your question about something else?
I would imagine there's some app you could get to do that, for people who might be deaf or something, or deaf.
Blind.
How would they hear it?
Yeah, I don't think deaf people know.
That's the best.
They're blind.
There are.
It's like the robot.
Yes.
Yeah, Jimbo is sucking ass tonight.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, you may not want to hear all the comments spoken through Stephen Hawking's voice.
Yeah,
Jimbo has a little penis. The possibilities are endless. That's what's going to get everyone to join the chat. I'm not sure.
It would just be a constant stream of pubes.
Yeah.
I'm fucking your mother right now while watching the stream.
Who here has gonorrhea? So, oh my God, what an enticing way to get people to join your stream. These are all being read out loud. The best too would be if it would also feed the audio to them, so they could also hear what they're
Oh, absolutely.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
I'm going to start researching that.
Shit will follow you.
Or maybe if you even had like a tablet or something up on your marquee where you can see it easily. Instead of having to turn and look down at your laptop or whatever.
Yeah.
So you can just kind of glance up quickly, because it's right there in your face.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's too advanced.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you created all this special video captures.
Actually, Adam, our buddy Adam, One Circuit was in on was it yesterday? I did a stream right before I went to the gym, and he was in on that, and then Dell's Arcade. Jason, he was in there. So like, it's interesting what people pop in. Of course, there's the 2 or 3 regulars. 2 or 3.
It's nice to be regular.
Carrie and Punk.
And Brian.
Oh, and Frober. Yeah.
Don't forget him.
I tried to be in for a bit on Friday.
You've been in a couple times. Yeah.
I was editing my own video on Friday night while watching.
Yeah, here's a pro tip. If I'm streaming on a Friday night, it's probably not going to be the best score game because I'm drinking.
Yeah,
heavily.
right. Yeah.
But if you want to hear me curse, that's the stream to be on. Yeah. I was getting pissed. Anyways, it's fun. I'm new to this, still new to the streaming, but it is kind of fun to do that stuff and interact. So.
Well, if you wear those chaps, your numbers might go up.
Yeah.
Or down.
Yeah.
Actually, they can't go down because there's hardly anyone in there.
Yeah.
They only go up from here.
Until I get flagged or something, YouTube's like, I don't know. Well, I was kidding. Like, I should start streaming Mega Touch. I can do the nude photo hunt and see what happens.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, why not?
I wonder how long that would take to get fucking cut.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, how does that work? Because don't some videos on YouTube have
Yeah,
like
if
if
it's
you click on
considered
them, it
art.
says 18 plus, you have to agree or consent or something.
Yeah. Some nudity is okay if it's considered art. Like, like that blurred lines video.
This is not art. This
yeah.
is like flabby labias, as Carrie would
That
say.
totally has that has nude topless women in it, but they don't remove it just because they consider it since it's music. and
Why
art.
I'm not surprised that you know this, Mark.
Yeah, exactly.
He knows the boundaries.
Yeah. I
What's
push
the safe
the
word?
boundaries.
Just do like the Japanese mosaic
The threshold.
pattern over your entire scrreen while you play it. It'd be totally enjoyable.
So speaking of that, they even I think have
Yeah.
a photo hunt on there that's anime style. So
Of course they do.
yeah,
It's
there's
still
like
gonna be
100,
fun.
there's like 140, 150 games on there. I mean,
Are there tentacles involved?
I know. That's really my next question. Yeah.
Dirty
Like when I go on
tentacles.
RedTube and I get the animated one, I'm like, I didn't want this. It looks so real. Oh,
I still think it'd be really fun to figure out if there's a way to hack the pictures in there and put your own pictures in for the photo hunt and find.
I have
The really crazy
I have
ones.
ripped the hard drive, and no, you can at least. Well, shit, you probably could because
You have to pick
I've
the same
dumped.
spots that have the differences because the
photos.
touches.
can you
Yeah.
imagine like
But
Jim's having people over and then it's normal, then all of a sudden it's like him and Carrie like in a forest.
Oh no,
It's like, what is this?
too much. Yeah,
Well,
yeah, what is?
No, I don't know that he's saying like you're in there like
Not inappropriate.
like bumping uglies or anything like that.
Oh, it's just like the regular. Yeah,
No.
Yeah, no, just like it happens to be a picture, it's like a family photo.
yeah.
Yeah, I went down the
Christ.
route, bad path.
You wanted to put your
No,
hand
but
on a naked
Your
body.
mom's over, and all of a sudden this nudie picture of you shows up.
It's just me.
Count the pubes, mom.
Yeah. The next one's the assless chaps.
This picture has less
And my-
pubes than this one.
Look, here's
The left ball's a
Jim.
little higher than the right one.
here's
You
Jim
see
playing
more pubes on the
Cheyenne.
left ball than the right ball.
Wait, here's Jim playing
That's
Cheyenne.
different.
No, you can actually. So I've ripped the hard drive to back it up on my old Mega Touch, and you could using a Linux viewer or whatever
Easy, yeah.
virtual machine, you can see all the JPEGs.
Right.
So you totally, if you I
It's just a
assume if
JPEG,
you if you named it the same fucking thing, you
Yeah.
probably could. And they're low res. I mean, well, actually, no. They're low res by today's standards, but yeah. So
But that'd be
Jeez,
fun.
you know.
At least like to put a couple of Easter eggs in there.
I just wanted to see how many fucking photos are in that game. And like, I know when we had, I forgot the dude's name that worked for Merit, the Mega Touch guy.
You had on with us one night? Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. But I remember being like, holy fuck, because like it happens all the time where you will get a picture where someone will be like, oh, we've had this one before, but the differences are different. So there's like, it may be the same original photo, but there may be like 5 different variations of it. And so I looked in the folder that had all the photos on Photo Hunt, and it was like, I can't remember, it was several thousand pictures. Like, it's ridiculous.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's for like the alky that just steps up to the Mega Touch after work every fucking day.
Yeah,
and wants to play
and
that
that's
game.
and that's the most popular. They're hands down. Photo Hunt's the most popular Mega Touch.
I used to play it in like 2002.
Yeah,
I'm talking the big standing. Yep. We played it.
Oh yeah,
all the time.
Yeah, I think I was introduced to it. Oh, it's right after I turned 21, so 2004. At Space Aliens, and yeah, it's a big CRT countertop model, but we were just hooked on that. I mean, we're drinking. I'm like, this is so much fucking fun.
Ours was a stand up, and we had like 3 guys.
Yep. Really? Wow.
Yeah.
For me, it was probably like 95, 96, and I've talked about it before. It was like a basketball one where the hoop goes back and forth.
Yeah, Hoop Jones.
And the balls start getting on fire or something like that. If you start getting all the shots in a row.
Yep, lightning. Yeah.
It was that long ago, Gak?
Yeah, it was like 95, 96 when I was playing it on a CRT.
Yeah, Mega Touch has been around since the mid 90s.
Are you thinking NBA Jam? Sorry.
I don't know. It was a touch screen. Absolutely, it was a touch screen.
No, he's totally. It's called Hoop Jones. They still have
like a local bar. I was in Queens, and I was too busy.
Actually, I think I have a video of it on my channel when I did all the videos from the Force Radeon, which I've been meaning to do more. Do a new video with the newer games and stuff like that. But
that should be easy to capture card for too, right? Because it's just keyboard. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I bought. In fact, for doing a live, like if I wanted to do a live stream or just a direct capture, I bought really thin VGA cable, and you use splitter. It's just a little ribbon, and same with the audio. So yeah, it's just straight up piece of cake.
Yeah, I think we were talking about that too. It's like maybe doing a splitter on it and then putting it up on like the TV as well.
Yeah, your place.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Be like, hey, it's up there, or do that, or everyone can spectate basically.
Yeah, you put up the adult games up there, and everyone will just stop what they're doing. And,
right. Fuck pinball.
Look at the dick on him. No, I was kidding.
Yeah. Oh boy.
It's fuckboy Chad again. That's what. So that's a funny story. Like when I have parties over here, inevitably the girls will play, and they'll play the hunks, like the guys one
by themselves. Yeah.
And so it gets out of control because they're like, "Where's the dick?" And like they're and so we've come up with names for the guys on there. And
sorry, I didn't mean to derail it really quick. Just a throwback to what we were just saying. You could just Photoshop your face onto the already existing picture.
There you go.
And that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Sorry. So back to what you were saying.
Yeah, but not for these guys. But there's one dude.
Yeah.
No, they got like some of the guys got the weird. They're just wearing weird shit. They got the weird limp dick with like the Jacob's ladder and shit. Like there's all kinds of
Jacob's ladder.
What's the Jacob's ladder?
What the hell?
Where it's like Pierce.
Oh,
I
didn't know what that was. Okay.
Yeah,
that's a stairway to heaven.
The only reason why I know is
the highway to hell.
The only reason why I know that is because I was considering getting one, and then I got talked out of it. No, I'm just kidding.
You want to put rings in there and put a little corset.
So instead, I decided to get a tattoo of the hot dog guy on it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, nice.
So we've come up with names.
Times when you take a leak, jeez.
Yeah. We've come up with names for the guys on there, though.
Yeah. So you hit your friends.
Screw sharding. I had a pee explosion again. It's like one of those Acme cartoons where they get shot and they drink a glass of orange juice.
Just all starts
so there's a guy on there in the hunks photo hunt that we've deemed his name is Fuckboy Chad. so he's like the one guy in there that's like relatively in shape, and so there's like these stupid photos where he'll be like in the kitchen with his protein powder, and he's like got this dorky smile on, and so like so they've started coming up with the girls we've all deemed different names for these guys. It's funny. But yeah. Anyhow, it's so much fun.
Have we played the disclaimer yet?
It's too late.
I know it is.
We did kind of a talk through of the disclaimer. I think.
Yeah,
we
started. I did a quick little chips.
If you randomly stumbled into this show, sorry.
Well, Carrie's not on, so it's just not right. So
yeah, good point. Good point.
So, guys, tonight we can talk about a lot of different shit now.
You know, scratching your balls and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We're already talking about pubes.
Hey, they
Kind of sounded like you were backing one out right
they
now.
itch. We scratch.
Yeah,
That's how it
Dave's
works.
also training for Grinkers as we speak.
Yeah.
He's flexing.
How's
his
this feel?
muscles.
How's that feel? How?
Cheer-
Oh, that
cheers,
was a
Dave.
fart. Yeah.
Wait, last year was
Is
the
it a
was the
fart?
toilet paper on the insulation, or was that the year before?
No, that was last year.
Yeah, it was last
That
year.
was last year.
Yeah, hopefully I don't get fiberglass ass again.
Yeah. Last year was the
I think the bathrooms are
Dave,
done.
should we ship out
I
an extra
imagine.
set of boxers or?
Dude, I was just thinking I was gonna mail a
So many
box of
disposables.
and open it up in front of you guys.
Steve, open this.
This is the day. But I don't know if he knows about the sharding incident. There was other things that happened that really trumped my sharding.
Yeah.
Dave, everybody knows about the sharks.
It's like the tampon machine for the ladies, except it's like spare underwear for the guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
They're
with
disposable
quarters and
Like I'll get a bag of
travel underwear.
yeah.
They have holes in them.
paper.
Paper underwear.
Ooh, sheepskin.
Bonus.
A bonus. Yeah, that's right. I need another drink.
This is what I called Leo. Are you in the room? Yeah. Can you bring me some underwear?
Seriously?
Yeah, he was in there doing his,
I think I hung up the phone.
Just grab the ones without the streaks.
Yeah.
I had an incident.
Could you sniff test them for me?
Hey, Dave,
fucking
size large okay for you, buddy?
Oh,
Yeah.
Size large good?
I'm like a double X.
Did you just take those off, Chris?
I know, right?
Yeah, it's like a lady's bra. I just kind of do this, and then pull the whole thing in.
To be honest, I always think you don't have anything.
Oh, sorry, XL. Can you fit in one of those?
Well,
Nice
I'm like
shot, Steve.
I'm a 3840 these days. I got to get lower to lower the triglycerides. Next doctor's appointment.
You get it off the quad glycerides and
Yeah, sure.
back down to the
definitely
tris.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get on
It's
this.
right,
Get on a program.
Yeah.
So what? You running in the morning for Grinkers or what?
I may, you know what? Because I've been so fat and lazy lately, my plantar fasciitis on my foot is healed. Oh, look at Leo. Nice, Leo. Yes, thanks. Yeah, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, Dave.
I'll go for a run in the afternoon with you, but I can't do mornings.
Oh no, I'm a
Dave,
morning running guy.
Don't you have the
Dave
turkey
runs-
trot
There's no
there
such thing as
in
morning
1
at
month?
Grinkers.
Sneak Fest. That's about it. Yeah, he runs at Sneak Fest. That's about it. Once
Yeah,
or
but
bar.
twice.
runs to the bathroom.
Yeah, I know.
I did run the one Grinkers. Remember when I was on the treadmill, Mike? Man, oh man,
That's right.
Yep. I said once. I said once
The
you ran.
broken treadmill incident.
that was great. I saw a fetish boy flexing, waiting for the treadmill.
That's why the rates went up.
it is when
Right?
the rates went up. 'Cause somebody fucking literally lit the goddamn treadmill
Better
on fire.
replace this shit.
Thanks, Mike.
But you know what? Mr. Man Oh Man hooked me up with a cool RC card. My son and I were using it about 2 weeks
Awesome.
ago. And I texted him. I said, "Hey, you coming?" He's like, I don't know. I wasn't. Is he coming? He didn't think he was, but then he said he got excited. Like, no, I'm thinking about it. And whatever. I love Man Oh
Make
Man.
it if you can.
Yeah,
man,
he's
oh,
got to
man.
make it. Yeah,
He's a great guy. He's the best.
Yeah,
I love that
absolutely.
RC car, man.
You can share a bed with Seabart if you want. I'll go ahead and volunteer him with you.
Oh, look at that.
Hey, whoa! I'm not losing my 8:30 fart based alarm
Yes.
clock. I'm sorry, Gak, but I don't even look at my phone at
television.
It could be stereo.
8:30 on the dot. 30. You can time it on a phone. All I hear is
Assless chaps.
It's like you're in the middle of like a farting battle. basically.
Well, let's get this straight because I'm still on California time while I'm there, so it's really 7:30. That's like when I'm driving to work. and
yeah.
stuff, you know?
Right and he's like,
But
Eastern time.
8:30
Yes.
8:30 on the dot. I could time it by my phone. I would hear morning, Gak. Morning, Chris. Oh, yep. And then, sorry, Brian Necros, but you picked the bedroom with a bathroom attached to it, and
Yeah.
I had to drop something, and something got dropped, and it might have been in the entourage to your bedroom, and I may have left the window open
Steve,
to ventilate.
I'm really surprised how you were able to sleep on that little dinky love seat Like,
Oh, you mean that
you're like in the
couch
fetal
where-
position, sleeping all night. I'm like,
Yeah,
I cannot do that.
Yeah, come on. It was he's young, and it was his first. It was
I
his
had
first triggers. He's
one
excited.
leg on the
He's excited.
one leg on their armrest and the other one on the floor off the end, and I just kind of leaned back.
Not a fat ass like us, Gak. He's
Yes, I know, right?
It was just comfy enough.
He doesn't have
to
that
not
damn
give a
gut
shit.
like getting in the way of folding his legs up.
What?
He's a nice roomy L where me and you have a bunch of X's in front of the L.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, by the way,
I'm
Seabart,
in-
so
now
when I was
what?
editing the last video, I didn't think you were there, but
I was on the couch.
I'm starting to edit the Donkey Kong one, and you walked right by the camera. I'm like, oh, you were there.
There he goes. Yeah.
So if you look in your final cut, you'll see a pair of black shoes off
I
of
know
the
you
mat.
commented on the shoes.
And that-
I didn't
and
realize
that's-
you were there.
No, I was there the whole time. I'm laughing. I'm doing this. Laughing at the shit you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Hungover as all hell. But hey, that's great.
Yeah, I think we're all pretty.
You'll
hungover.
learn.
Yeah. I didn't Jim very wisely informed me that it is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what though,
It
Seabart?
truly is.
Like it is, but people told me that even my Grinkers 3. I knew that going in because of AO, and Thursday is a dangerous day.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's day one. Well,
Wednesday.
Yeah.
whatever your
Wednesday's
day
the
one
dangerous
is,
day.
that's
Yeah.
always the hardest. Yes.
Yeah.
You,
So you guys are going to be too drunk to drink on Thursday.
you get sucked into it.
Nice.
We're getting
You know,
soaked
you'll
up on
think this
Wednesday.
place is
tired of it.
Yeah. Wednesday.
I
Yeah.
think this place is
Yeah.
restricted.
Yeah.
When I
Wednesday,
smell
you're gonna be all
Italian Jewish.
hammered.
Okay, fine.
I was thinking about this the other day. How did the first Grinkers come about?
That was Steve and
Fail.
Yeah.
John, Joe, and Fett to.
It was like their second or third episode.
No,
Yeah,
it was
so I
like
wasn't listening-
episode 9.
Yeah, it was early on.
So I
Yeah, it was really
I was
early.
there for
Single
Grinkers
digits.
3. Yeah, I was there for Grinkers 3, so I missed the first two.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so it was
Same
just
here.
basically Steve was a brand new arcade owner. He was still relatively new on Clav, and he just opened up the invite, and he's like, "You guys should come out." And he's like, "Well, I'll throw you. You know, we'll do a great drinkers."
And now look what he got himself into.
yeah, now
Yeah.
here
7
we are,
years and counting
6
of
years
hell.
later.
Yep.
Year
Well,
7.
count your blessings. And
Forgot ugly, lazy.
He was, yeah. I mean,
and
back
bitchy.
then, it was just Steve was just a fan like the rest of us on the show, like in the IRC.
Oh, wow. Okay, I did not know that.
So yeah, it's like he just basically reached out to those guys, and
If memory serves, he put a post on Clav saying, "Hey, I'm opening this. Is there anybody out there that has advice or has some help?"
he's,
or-
is there anyone that wants to come out to Idaho?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
started off as a Rusty Quarter post that everyone was like, "Oh yeah, good luck."
Yeah.
exactly. And
Eagle
everybody-
was probably
pretty much everybody is dropping him except for the two guys are, I'm pretty sure, are still helping him to this day. And
I mean,
poof,
Dan Hattrick and
yeah, Patrick and the guy that won the
fucking Rusty
Warlord's
Quarters.
cocktail.
That's hat trick.
That's
Well,
true.
that's Patrick,
Steve's Grinkers is one of the few that actually survived, like because everyone's like, oh yeah, everyone's like, oh, Grinkers, huh?
Yeah, all right. I'll see you guys there.
You know?
Nice.
Well, no one believed that he was going to create what he created,
Yeah.
but he had a
No,
vision
and it's legit. Like it's so it's not a
I
barcade.
mean, it takes
Yeah.
serious
The man-
dedication and
In fact,
enough
whenever you describe
pocket
that place,
depth.
whenever I describe that place to people, like and my parents included, and I saw my family over the weekend, and my sister's like, "Well, I was wearing a Grinkers shirt." She's like, "What's Grinkers?" I'm like, "Oh, that's." And anytime I describe it, I'm like, "It's a big arcade out in
There we
Idaho."
go.
Because I don't even mention the bar until like we get into conversation. I'm like, "Oh yeah, you can get drinks there too." But
Yeah. That's been my thing.
And
since
delicious
first when I was there.
sandwiches.
Yeah, and the sandwiches.
Oh,
But it's always
number
been-
7.
Don't
It's an
forget the chopped
arcade.
pickles.
yeah, it's an arcade.
It's an arcade with a bar as opposed to a bar with an arcade.
Yeah.
Right.
That's always
It's-
been the way.
The
that
bar
I
is not the
distinguish
focal point.
It's not.
That's not the,
Right,
yeah.
and you know that
Exactly.
as soon as you walk in because you have to look for
You
the
can't
bar.
see the bar from the front door. You walk
Right.
in and games.
Well, Andrew
Just,
can, but you don't count.
Yeah,
because-
no,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, the 1/4 inch of
Yeah.
a bar top that you can see when you walk through, but it's
Yeah.
not it's an arcade that has a bar in it, and it's a friend's house that happens to have a crap load of arcades, and it's a friend's house that happens to have a license to serve alcohol. That's pretty much Grinkers.
Yeah, but I don't see any beds.
You're bumming Leo out.
I am.
sorry.
I can
Leo.
tell.
Sorry, Leo.
I'm pissed.
I'm sorry, but Leo,
Dave's
you're
gonna
leaving the
kidnap
rest
you.
of us. You're leaving the rest of us to take down Buffett at B Dubs. Like,
Well,
come on.
I failed last year, so you guys got.
You,
This
you,
way, I
you
think we
almost
all
had
knew.
him by like a dozen wings.
We knew we'd have to tag team Buffett if we wanted to take him down.
Yeah.
There's no way that
Ooh,
one
I-
person's going to do that.
Tag
Man
team,
eats
huh?
Frizzle, do you think Frizzle Fried could beat him?
I don't know. I don't know how much Fritz can eat.
could do it.
I think that big Pengo dude could do it.
Well, no, it's not size. It's about like what you
Fucking
can pack
Pengo
in.
dude.
Yeah.
We should ask Frizzle if he wants to.
you know,
compete
Like,
with him.
I can take
There
down
you
a large pizza, thin crust, no problem. But I'm not taking
Yeah,
down
thin
that much
crust.
wings. That's too
Oh.
much.
But
Penis.
Buffett will eat like 2 whole chickens and a whole goddamn plate of lasagna.
Yeah, like
No,
that was
a
when I
personal
realized I
pan
was
of
done. Like, I
lasagna
could-
And if you're like, I will cover your tab, then he's like, oh, okay, well then
like,
bring
I'm
on the
not
third
gonna
and
lose.
fourth and fifth course. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
realized.
like, are we getting ice cream after this? I'm like, Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I fed him for the year.
I can't remember if it was Friday morning or Saturday morning. Do you remember, Andrew, when we went to breakfast? I think it was Friday
Oh,
morning.
the fucking
cling,
iced tea thing.
Yeah.
cling,
I just told him, he kept ordering more and more food, and I'm like, all right, Buffett, let me at least take a picture of the food. I'll buy your breakfast if I can take a picture of it.
Yeah, he ordered 2 complete breakfasts, and the waitress was like, "Well, I can do it cheaper, and I can just bring you out some sides." He's like, "Nah, fuck
Nah.
that. Bring me 2 whole breakfasts. I
Mm.
want the sides. I
It's
It's
want
like
everything."
a freaking $30 breakfast.
Yeah, and
for
don't
Buffett
stop
by
the sweet
himself.
tea that doesn't
I
exist.
want the grand
Yes.
slam.
I want a hamburger. Yeah.
Moon's over
Hamburger.
Moon's over Miami.
No, cheese.
And Moon's over New
I'd
York.
like a bacon
I want
salad with a bacon
milkshake.
roof and a bacon
I
house.
want potato chip. Nothing. You like it?
So Mean Green said, I hear the Gravatar control panel is a good spot to, take a break at. Which Andrew, I think the arcade, the coin rejects guys are going to be out there on Wednesday. So
Oh, awesome.
Oh shit! I gotta play some Street Fighter to get back into the swing of things.
I
So
think
I can hold the fort down.
Missile Command might be the darkest little cubby to
yeah, it
hide
could
in.
be. Yeah,
It's pretty dark in there.
I've snuck in there a few times.
E-Dot.
Hold
EDOT,
on, Andrew,
EDOT, you
you,
can't. EDOT, you don't sit down in though.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Missile Command's nice because you can like kind of cuddle up there and it's quiet and it's in the back corner.
Andrew, 34. Do you fit in?
Safe.
You fit in that cab?
Sideways.
Okay, there we go.
Side boner.
I can't
Not,
play
not
it.
all the way in, but you can fit in.
No, I can get my legs and everything in, and I have to sit sideways in there, which is perfect because that's what you want to
Okay.
do anyway. You just put your back against the back wall.
And just kind of do one of these.
Yeah,
just
and it's
drop
nice,
your
just-
pants and yep,
Just bring your pillow.
sit back and let things happen.
There, I'll bring my neck support
It's
for
gonna
you.
happen.
Oh,
Yeah.
if you bring me a pillow, I'm gonna fall.
It's gonna happen. Just let it happen.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
our little
yeah.
secret.
Oh no!
You tell anybody I'm gonna kill your puppy.
Yeah. that hits close.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus. What was I gonna? Oh fuck! Mike Lethargy's not gonna be there. That's right.
no, it's a
Shit.
bummer.
Yeah. Well, they'll be. Is that gonna be strange for you to fly? Is
Oh,
it-
it's
are you gonna be
totally
like,
bizarre.
Are
It's
you gonna be like,
bizarre to
wait, I'm in
fly.
Idaho? Yeah.
Yeah, and to come in
Do,
on
do you
Wednesday.
fit in an airplane seat?
No, fuck no.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
and you're remember our photos to Brofest 2 where we're like showing like the knee
Yeah,
shots
the
on the
knees
seat in
thing.
front of us.
Walking
Yeah.
like this down the aisle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I definitely have to.
No,
yeah.
you
This is me.
that's
walking
why
in and
that's
out of
why
every
that's
airplane.
why you don't get out of your seat until like it's time to
Oh,
walk
speaking
out
of
there.
Buffett, there he is.
Where?
Right there. Buffett. Bottom of the screen.
Bottom of the screen. Oh,
I think we're.
you mean up top of the
Well, it
screen?
depends on
Oh,
your
Oh yeah, I
own
see.
view.
I see the 8. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's about time.
Oh, I see it.
We'll
I
see.
his
He's
name.
muted.
All right. Well,
Are we
I can
gonna talk
speak
about
for him.
sponsorship
not
shit here?
Buffett. It's not Buffett
So-
until I see some bouncing.
And it looks fantastic.
So,
Jack.
8-bit,
Nice.
8-bit Pit 8-Bit Pit says Omega Race is pretty comfortable to rest in. We're getting
Ooh, tips. Yeah.
tips, yes. And Nash Villain says race driving is a good one too.
It's not bad.
As
but
you
the
can see,
problem-
it looks
the
fantastic.
problem with race driving is the seat moves if you stretch out at all, and then it starts.
Yeah,
rotating.
good point.
Also, it'll dump you out on the floor.
We should each talk about what our favorite game is at Grinkers.
To pass out on? Or-
No, just to play. Just to play.
Oh.
And our favorite sandwich.
You know, that makes me think though. I need to convince Steve to get a kicker because that's a classic game.
Yeah,
Guts.
that's a fun game.
It is.
Mhm.
And I've got, hey, that might be an outlet. I've got 2 PCBs. I could sell him one.
Talk to
But he needs a cabinet. That's the other thing. Yeah, that's the other thing. And I don't know. Is he not? I'm trying to think just off the top of my head. Does he have a fair amount of like? Because there's a lot of classic games that are kit games. Does he have many kit games?
He definitely has a fair chunk of it. I mean, like Rastan.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
got
he-
Rastan. Yeah.
is
Yeah.
a kit game, and what other kit games? Does he have in there?
Cloak and Dagger technically
Yeah.
is a kit, and
Okay.
Defender.
Okay, so maybe I wouldn't
Um,
have to work too hard because it is like Kicker came out in like '86 or something. I'm
I
gonna
think
look
he
that up.
loosened up on that a little bit. You know, I totally get where he's coming from. He wants as many originals
totally.
as possible, but
Yeah.
there's games that were only kits. You know, so what can you do?
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Yeah, there's that 8-Bit Pit. So there's Airwolf in a Defender also.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember seeing
85.
Airwolf.
Okay. Okay, 85, and he definitely has newer games in it. Yeah, I'm gonna ask him about that.
Yeah, Galaga 88.
Yeah.
I wonder what his newest game is.
There's no dedicated one, right?
No, that's
I
that's
don't know.
your Namco System 1. I mean, you could argue that make the same argument as Marvel Madness that I guess it's kind of like it's kind of a kit, but it's also dedicated. It's however you want to.
It was available. You could buy it from the factory as a complete cabinet. I think that's what
Right.
dedicated kit versus
Yeah, and I think I don't know
Although
about the Namco
Street Fighter
stuff.
falls no weird place there too, then, because you could buy a dedicated Street Fighter from the factory.
Right. But I think they made the bulk of their sales off kits.
I'm
That
sure
would
they
be
did,
be my guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait to play that game with other people. I wonder if he still has a Super Turbo board in there that those kids donated.
Oh,
Jesus,
yeah.
what a donation!
Really?
That's a $300 to $400. It's a $300 to $400 board that they're
Wow.
like, here, you can have this.
Nice.
Yeah,
I hope so. Hopefully, yeah. I mean,
that's when I got excited to play Matt Hall.
oh yeah,
I was so drunk going up to the bar. Oh my god, I need more quarters. This is
yeah. Empire Strikes Back. Nashville.
Yeah,
brings
good
up.
point.
That brought up
Yep.
is totally a kit.
thank you, Clint.
Classic kit, but it's a kit.
Yeah.
How come if I typed out bang first, I don't get credit for it? Fucking satanic bot.
Oh, do you get
Well,
ripped off
you-
sometimes? There's definitely been
you-
times when I've typed it first and not gotten credit.
What's the dot
You-
bang do?
well,
It's killing the ducks that show
you
up.
kill
in
the duck.
pilots. Yeah.
However, not
I don't
every
see
ti-
any duck.
Well, you
I
gotta
was-
wait for them.
You gotta wait for
I was
them.
Oh,
first
someone
one
stepped
and I
on a
didn't
duck.
get it. It
I
called
must
me
not
in.
have the
Nice.
same app you guys have to view this.
And then,
You do.
C-Bar does it way
It
later.
happens
It
very
gets
rarely.
credit.
It happens
So
like every
the-
20 minutes.
The thing with the ducks is just like in real hunting. So right now it's not quite duck season. It's actually bow season for.
So you can miss
doe.
even if you hit it.
Well,
Yeah,
if,
you can miss.
if you have a whole bunch
Wow.
of ducks coming across a field, and you fire, you might not bag a duck.
Yeah.
It might take a second shot before you actually bag one, and then the dog goes out. and-
Whoa, this game's getting deep.
See, that's
This
fake.
is-
Don't type it in right now. See.
No, that's 8-Bit Pit being a jerk off,
Yeah.
which
So-
I've done a few times.
Was that
and
supposed to
gotten
be a
few
duck, what
people.
he-
No,
posted?
that's what
No,
that's what it
no.
looks like, but you got to make sure it's the right person who's doing
Let's see.
it too.
So Gabriel put in .eat, and she just lost 2 turkeys and 20 ducks.
and
Oh,
she just lost
20
5 more
ducks.
Oh, and then she hit .bang, and
All right, I have
Lost
no
5
clue
ducks.
what you guys are doing. I'm
It's
totally
just-
lost.
it's
on
in
that.
the
Stupid
IRC
game.
I have the
But-
IRC open. I'm
It-
looking at it. I just
Unless it
Someone
comes
needs to
through-
respond to Buffett's chat.
Oh.
Another wing off? No, Mike. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we
Okay,
got to do a
so
tag
who-
team.
Who? So
yeah.
Buffett, are you coming? Are you coming to Grinkers? I'm not sure if that
Hey,
was.
he
even
has to
confirmed.
commit.
No,
If
we don't know. So he may or may not decide to say anything about it, but it's on him. He's always a question mark.
Buff, if you come to Grinkers, I'm sure we'll find 3 people that you can easily take down.
We'll find the skinny guys and see if you can
I think
Get Drewster.
There you go.
Me, Gak, and Jimbo, the 3 of us, and we'll still
I'm
lose.
not involved here. I will
still
just
lose.
give him my money now,
Yeah,
so I can be comfortable.
Well,
Yeah,
what
I
he
don't
should
wanna-
do,
No.
what Buffett
Eating
needs to
shouldn't
do, what Buffett
Yeah.
needs to do is like, let's say we have a group and there's like, say 10 people, and like 5 of them are willing to go up head to head with him. He gets to pick 2 of those people that are willing.
Oh yeah,
And
there
it's
you
a
go.
two-
And they're
against
still
one.
going to lose.
They'll still lose probably, but that would be the only way I would entertain it. If I had a second person.
The only contender we had isn't available this year, and that's our very own Leo. And
Well, yeah, but he already tried and failed.
I know.
Leo,
He was our closest thing.
Are you saying you've been working out? You're like Rocky. You've been like working out for
Yeah.
the year.
I've just been
like,
pounding wings.
So
every day. Exactly.
running up and down the stairs of Eagle, Idaho City Hall.
I have to ask Leo, what is that thing behind you? That screen-looking thing over your right shoulder?
That?
Yes.
Oh, that's the it's the pale blue dot. It's Earth from space.
the Carl,
right.
Carl Sagan.
Carl
Thing.
Sagan, right here is where Earth is. So it's a picture from Earth from
It's like,
couple-
what, was it Saturn? Saturn or
from the thing that.
All I see is like
It was from
a
Voyager.
dark gray screen. That's all.
Yeah,
I
that's
see.
what I
it's
see.
just-
well, yeah, that's the point of it.
Yeah, exactly.
And
It
you
has,
are here with a little.
it has this whole
arrow.
speech about how
Yeah, right. It's totally
And-
a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. You
I
are
was
there.
wondering if I'd ever get to play that, but I found a spot for it.
Jim, I think we've officially used your entire soundboard library.
Yeah.
No, we haven't.
No.
Believe me.
You've been
If I-
Jesus,
if ever-
Mark, how many did
I
you
tell you,
send them?
No, it's not mock. I could just keep adding to it,
Oh, yeah.
and actually, it'd be fun. Like the year of like Nat 20 whatever, when I can get a crew out here, I will show you guys all of these. By then, it'll probably be even larger. But it's there's a ridiculous amount.
He's going to need NASA's supercomputer to hold all the sound
No,
bites.
all he needs is Mock's control panel, and he can play all the sound bites.
You got all the buttons.
All I need is a killer waves, a cool buzz, and I'm fine. Yeah.
That's fine.
Hey, I know that guy.
Yeah, I know that dude.
I know that dude.
Yeah, we could do a hottest wing challenge. That doesn't take eating a whole bunch.
I'm out.
Yeah,
I could do that.
I cannot.
Because they got
no
really
tolerance.
hot wings there. Just get
Have
like
you guys seen that YouTube channel, which is hilarious? I only saw
Actually,
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
Kevin Hart.
the first
I
we
forgot about
feast. Yep.
It was
Uh,
excellent.
I love
Carrie
that
has a
channel, yeah.
ridiculous tolerance for spicy stuff, spicy food. Like she
Does
loves
she?
Mexican food, and so like she'd probably she can put
but they're
down the hot
pretty
wings.
hot. Ooh.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
eat
that-
fucking lava. I don't have a problem with the hot stuff. I just
Really?
can't
I
do
might,
it.
might
No,
try.
I'm not going to do a
I don't like eating anything that makes me
Give him a
sweat.
challenge. You can give him a challenge. It's just when I almost threw up like halfway through, that kind of.
Oh, those guys are fags.
Yeah.
Fucking Brian.
We could do our own first
That
week
dude's a
square.
fag.
We could get one. We could get one. We could get a set like of as it gets hotter and hotter, and have a person stand, across from each other, eating each one until one of them bows out.
I mean, that,
Exactly. Yeah.
No?
I would have no problem with that.
It could be like hot wings,
But
except
not everybody can do that. So someone else like you should
Yeah.
should be against you. I can't do that.
instead of
I
like,
tried-
like hot- yeah,
Go
instead
ahead,
of like
Leo.
hot wings challenge, could be like instead of answering questions, you have to like play an arcade game or some shit like that too. Be like, oh my, you just like sweating your ass off and like, all right.
Buffett. No hot wings.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Hot
Go ahead,
with-
Mark. Sorry about that.
Well, no, it's okay. Well, I'm just saying it would just be at the restaurant. So it'd be like we could have a person, someone across from Andrew, and you could go through the wings and see how far you. Because I tried the habanero one. Who was it that was sitting next to me? Was it Adam? Oh, so it was Adam, I think.
Was it
Anyway.
no, it was, from Colorado, Super Stearns, right? Was he next
Super
to
Stearns. That's who it was.
Yeah.
So he's like eating them away, da 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 da. Like nope, like he didn't make a sound or like go, oh, these are hot, or
That's
he
right.
just eating them away. I go, can I try one of those? He's, oh yeah, sure. Because he had a whole huge pile. So I tried one and I saw God.
Andrew,
It was so
helicopter
hot.
Jesus arrived.
Super
Oh
Super
my
Dave,
God.
Tasty and delicious.
My body, I think my soul left my body and I
Dave
started
Super
sweating.
Stern versus.
It was so
Yeah.
hot.
Here we go.
Super
That's-
Stern's
Okay,
coming,
so
Andrew?
what?
Is Super Stearns going?
I don't know. Well, so he was the one. So he was the last one to make the decision about driving, and he's still up in the air about getting his work covered. So if he shows up, he's gonna be probably flying like me, I would imagine. But he was like, at some point, he was like, just book a flight because I don't know if I can make it or not.
Oh, bummer. Well, let's find out who's available and who wants to do a hot wing challenge, and we'll go from there. Or we'll just go and hang out and eat.
Save these ideas for next year. Save these ideas for next
Go to
year.
B
We always
Dubs.
save
and
'em,
just- We'll just go.
No, we're doing it. We're doing it this year, Leo, and it's done.
Damn it. It's gonna be happening at 6 a.m. Ireland time. We're like, what the fuck's going on? I'm gonna get like 500 texts from Dave being like, you can't believe the time you're
That's a lot of
missing.
head.
Yeah,
No, this is like
as a
super
guy, I have to
carbonated.
say this. That's too much head.
I don't know, man.
You're
I'll
just
take all the
making
head
too
I
much
can
head
get.
for this.
He,
Come on.
he likes the foam.
This one had crazy foam
Very
when I was
tasty
pouring
and
it.
delicious.
Oh wow.
You
Monkish?
know about the
That's a lot of
45-degree
foam.
rule, right?
Of
I'm
course.
pretty sure Chris knows how to pour beer.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Unless you want a lot of head.
Nice.
Yeah, Gak, you know how to pour beer?
Yeah.
What is it? Your first time?
Yeah.
Is this your
But,
first beer?
34.
Yeah.
In our chat, there's a link to a
Gabriella, tilt the glass.
that hot sauce in the video. Is
Yeah,
made
don't
by
forget to
Neighbor.
tilt the glass.
Gak just turned 21 yesterday.
Oh yeah, Ring of
Yeah.
Fire hot sauce. Good name.
It is a Ring of Fire, but
I
back-
fell into a burning ring of fire. I can't listen to this
down
right
in
now.
the flames they
It's
went.
it's like 8 minutes long. I can't.
Oh,
watch this right now.
Demonetized.
I mean, I believe I guarantee. Yeah.
it's
I guarantee there's like hot wings that I won't want to eat. But I mean, like I can.
Can you eat the habanero one? Is that no big deal?
So well,
I've
I don't.
had a
Mark,
habanero.
during the
hurts.
entire wing challenge, I'm just gonna play this.
Please, for God's sake, please stop. You've got to, please.
I don't know. I don't know if I've ever
Stop
had
it.
theirs, but the salsa that I get has a full habanero in it, and I eat that at the end.
Only one.
Hmm.
Well, I'd say it's just like floating in the salsa, like. You know,
So I know I'm gonna
Oh, good. No games
Some-
are down.
some of the manufacturer of that hot sauce, the Heiko hot sauce there, he's my neighbor. Like I can open that window and yell at his house right now if I wanted to, but I'd
Prove
probably
it. Do
piss
it.
off-
Do it.
But I'd probably piss off all my
See-
fucking neighbors. But
Don't worry, your parents don't mind.
I'll
That
bring
wouldn't
you
be the first time,
bring you a
right?
few presents. I'll
Wait,
bring you
wait,
some
okay.
presents.
Gabriella, if you've had I've had habanero like salsa. I've had it like as a sauce and like a taco or something like that. That's different than at B Dubs at Buffalo Wild Wings. It was way hotter than what I normally experience for habanero. So
and have you had like just a raw habanero?
no,
and they
I
had
haven't.
that Blazing Wings challenge too. You got to finish 6 in under 5 minutes or whatever. they
Yeah.
do?
Well, so yeah, the place. So yeah, the place up by me, they actually have like their stupid hot it's pretty fucking hot. But like, their challenge is like you got to finish like 10 of them in like 3 minutes. It's like
Oh, it's hard to even
I
just
couldn't
do
do that
it.
with like a regular. That's a
Yeah,
food
yeah,
to get
that-
down your stomach.
Right. Yeah.
It's not hard because it's hot. It's just hard because that's just too much eating.
Time constraints. Yeah. Exactly. Mhm.
But yeah, no, I mean habanero, like yeah, totally. You just pop. I mean,
My salsa of choice is pico de gallo.
nice.
Every once
So
in a while,
basically
I'll have
chopped up
just a
tomatoes.
little bit of mild.
Yeah,
Just a little
no.
bit of mild, and I'm good.
That's what he
Yeah.
said.
Basically, chopped tomatoes and
Yeah.
some cilantro.
Yeah,
and
cilantro, a little bit of onions. Yeah,
A couple of
good.
onions, yeah.
Maybe a little pepper.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do like dares, like you rub the habanero like
Boy.
on your
Oh.
lips,
Well,
and you rub it on your butthole.
If you eat it, you may as well be rubbing it on your butthole because
And see who has to get up and run to the bathroom first.
yeah.
I can't do huge quantities, but I can do hot.
I would like to do the hot thing.
Dave, do
All
it.
right.
Some
well-
like it hot.
Well, I'm not. I have a feeling Andrew's going to beat me, but but I will try for
You
that.
can always order like whatever the small is and just enjoy it together. It doesn't have to be a challenge. We can just be like, fuck it, let's challenge each other over a beer to fucking eat some hot, stupid wings.
So are we opening this invitation for whoever wants to go?
I think the lid's already off.
Boom!
I mean,
Goes the dynamite.
Here's
Dave,
the nice thing is
I've
like if we go to B Dubs, like we don't have to be at the same table pushed together. We can all be just in a group in an area.
I'll be in
yeah.
the corner.
So it doesn't have to be like a giant thing.
Put
where-
baby in the corner.
I'm totally down for it. The only thing that sucks is it's like what a 15-20 minute drive.
It's a
from
bit of a
Greenwich.
drive, yeah.
Yeah.
So Dave, the hot at Duff's is hotter than the hottest flavor at B Dubs, minus the buffalo.
Our normal hot that we get.
Yeah, minus the blazing challenge. Those are.
So I
those
have an
are hot.
edge. I have an edge.
Yeah, just for a point of comparison.
You know, it was funny because we always do every year. I do this poker weekend. Leo's been helping some of these other friends.
Mancation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make it.
Dates are official now.
Memorycation.
Yes, it is. It is Martin Luther King weekend. It is January 16th. That's not open to the whole YouTube world, but
Why are you racist?
anybody-
Don't talk about fried chicken.
Andrew.
Christ.
vacation, but I want you guys to come. But it's funny because
Where'd you
I
get
hadn't
that
been with
jacket?
my wife to this buffalo wing place in a while, and
I got this at the studio. Yeah.
at vacation I always get hot, or sometimes we get medium. So I'm with her last year and with my family, and I'm like, I ordered medium. I'll tame it down for the wife. She takes like 2 bites, throws it down. It's like, you asshole! I can't even fucking. I toned it down. I got the medium.
Yeah, that's the
because-
original place. Yeah.
But yeah, besides the hot, there's like a few levels
There is,
above
yeah.
that. But my wife, they have so many different levels, and I wasn't even thinking. She was so pissed.
You know, your
It's like,
dad
I can't even eat these. Like,
Your
what do you
dad's
think?
very good at eating those hot wings too. He's very good at them. Your dad's very good.
Oh, my
at eating
80-year-old father.
Absolutely.
Damn.
He's like the Simpsons where they got the blowtorch.
He used to work in like coal mines or some shit.
Oh, dude, he's the best old man.
Because I heard stories about coal mine workers. Like they love having super spicy stuff because their taste buds are fucked.
Fuck,
Right.
right.
the
No,
coal
never
mines.
coal mines. But it's like, I go, Dad, you're 80. I go, people are having rice cakes, or can I get the low salt? No, I go, you're like,
Yeah.
give me the taco salad with extra jalapenos. I mean, you're 80. Who the hell does that?
He's got his beer with the pitch next to him, eating the hot wings. Being
Oh
like,
man, he loves sitting next to
coming.
Super Stearns talking about the oil rigs. He was in heaven sucking wings, and he's got sauce all over his face and beers because we're driving him. He thought it was the greatest
He's
thing
like,
ever.
son, at this age, it's the only way I can shit.
That's why guys at work talk about how bad I eat. I go, my dad ate like I did, and he's 80. I'm fucking okay.
Was he on blood thinners too?
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Whatever, dude.
He's on baby aspirin.
Hell yeah! You know, after his night,
and Dave's
Remember
on
to
baby
shoot two
and
Bear
Dave-
81 mils.
and Dave's on baby powder.
Oh. And baby wipes.
I'm on
Forget
Gold
those.
Bond.
Gold Bond.
Yeah.
Clink. That's one of the prizes on the table.
We do-
Dave
we should
Elopes
throw a
in the
bottle of
chat.
that out there.
Elopes
Hey,
in the
Dave,
chat.
this
Elope,
blood's
what
for
day
you.
Are you showing up? Dave Elope, what day are you showing up?
Gotta wait for him.
Yeah.
He's
Wait
gotta type
for
in.
it. I realized with my live streaming on ultra low latency, that's one of the settings on YouTube. It's a 7-second delay, which is pretty good.
Dave Lopes here.
There seems to be a little bit more on our stream.
There
Yeah.
might be some more.
We're about
Might be a little more.
15 to 20 second delay.
Guys, I'm gonna sign off. I won't be on next week because I'm gonna be on a plane.
Thursday night.
Oh,
Have a blast on drinkers.
Bye, Leo.
Please don't fuck it up. So there's one next year in 2020.
All right.
No promises.
Dude, we'll totally,
Yeah,
we'll totally
spirit.
melt the toilet for you, dude.
Thank
Yep.
you. Appreciate it.
All right, Leo. Take it easy, man.
Hi, Lee.
Yeah.
Have fun. Seriously, have fun.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Thanks.
Ding dong day.
FaceTime when you're in Europe.
Europe. Huh?
And make sure we're on
Poor guy.
speakerphone so Jim can play racist.
Yeah.
God
of
damn,
Jim
that was
and
one of the
racist.
best moments ever. That's not the racist spot. Europe
But
at all.
Dave Elope, Thursday night or
Right.
Friday morning. Not completely sure yet. His words, his typing, not mine.
Well, if you miss Thursday, you miss out. But
Hey, is
that's
there
all good.
anybody, Gak, you know who's coming? Is there anybody who's always wanted to come who's now coming or no? No, most of the normal people.
There's a few people.
Chance,
on
I
Clav.
think. Chance from Canadian Arcade.
All right. Is he coming or did he register?
I believe so, right?
Is his buddy Josh coming?
I'm not sure.
What about,
we'll take
Andrew or
Josh.
Carrie would probably be the ones to be able to answer that for
what about
sure.
Kaylin and Hector? Are they coming?
Kaylin
back?
is
Yeah.
going to be there.
Kaylin's
Is
coming.
Hector going to be there for sure?
I believe so.
Okay.
Hector's
Awesome.
usually a shoe in.
Yeah.
Well, last year he was there. He had a concert, right?
Yeah. That's
No,
right.
he went to a concert, but wasn't he there though?
No,
for part
no,
of the time?
No, I think he missed last
like
year.
Metallica or something, right? Or I can't
I think Kaylin missed last year, and
All right, so Hector and Sylvia last
Yeah,
year
Kalen
went to
was
Suicidal
not.
Tendencies because it's his
Yeah.
favorite fucking band. And
Yeah.
yes, Canadian Arcade are pre-registered, all three of them.
Whoa.
From what I understand.
What about
Guess
Jeff
one.
C?
I guess there's three.
720
Jeff
Jeff.
C has not pre-registered.
Oh,
I heckled him. I tried to get
I
him. to
really
come.
like that guy. He's a
Yeah,
good
Hold-
he
hold on.
hasn't been there since Grinkers 3 because
Yeah.
I'm sure you.
Yeah, I think he only went 2 years. Grinkfest 2 and Grinkfest 3.
So
I'm
a-
salty about that.
after Chance used all purple wiring in a Donkey Kong cab, you're still going to let him into the States?
He's slipping by.
Hey, you think you'd be on board with that?
So I'm looking forward
I don't
to
know.
meeting him.
If you're worried about it, you can notify our president.
No,
I see what
he's
you
too,
did there.
he's too busy trying to get Mexico to pay for a wall.
He's too busy dodging an impeachment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He
that's
doesn't,
true.
and he doesn't like purple. I was kidding.
Unless it's on his daughter.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Well, nice. Because she's cute. You know.
It was a perfect impeachment.
Did you see her impeachment? That shit's hot.
Check out the impeachment on that one.
Dropping it like it's hot.
If only she were rich.
Oh, yeah.
well,
There's.
if he doesn't,
all right, but this isn't political hangout.
out here.
Mm,
You guys cannot guess our political views at all, like which way we favor on this show.
I'm 100% independent. I have no issue saying that shit. But like,
holy God,
Donald
ladies and
Trump's a
gentlemen,
fucking crazy.
the blues one of the two blues brothers is now on with us.
Trump has the digital underground kind of mentality. Do what you like. Ooh, ooh.
I did that for you, Dave.
Track of vision.
You want to do legal shit? Do what you like. Ooh, ooh.
Because she's deceiving me.
You know, we got down to
Cuts my
six.
Oh,
security.
shit.
Control of me. I turned to her and said, don't switch your blade on the guy in shades.
All right, so wait,
God.
top left, Andrew. When are you getting there?
Wednesday at noon.
Seabart.
Getting there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at just after 5:30.
Gak.
I'll be there about the same time as Andrew.
Wednesday
noonish. Yeah.
Me, the goal would be Thursday at 1. Could be possibly 6 p.m. Jim.
That's a big window.
I'll be there tomorrow. I was kidding.
Yeah.
Because everyone wants to show up earlier every year, ever since I started this
right,
trend.
yeah,
No, I'll be there Wednesday evening.
Mock.
Okay.
Tuesday. Or Thursday. No, sorry, Thursday. I'll be there. Well, I land around 3:30, so probably around 4:35.
Okay.
Nice.
Hopefully, I have a lot of faith this year in the 1 p.m. Arrival. Because last year I didn't have a when I get to Chicago, there was only American, but now an hour later there's United. So I'm hoping I don't have to go to Texas again.
So it looks
There's
like,
no basement in Texas.
I know.
The Alamo.
So in the chat, Slick Nick said he'll be there Wednesday evening.
Yeah. Hopefully we can hang out with Nick.
Copycat.
Yeah, that'd
I
be
was
good.
kidding.
Yeah. Are you gonna make it to actual Grinkers Wednesday, Jimbo?
He says
Maybe.
No, I
don't think so?
decided I need a good night's rest, so I'm gonna stay probably in my hotel in Boise. So I thought about it, but I get in at 10:20 anyways, so it's already fucking
so
late.
it'd be
as
like
it is.
11:30 or so by the time you
And
get
Grinkers
there.
doesn't open that late.
Right.
On
So it's
Wednesday,
like
right?
12-ish or
I
something.
Oh, they stay open
It-
to
it-
12?
I thought that's what
I
it was.
thought they closed
midnight.
earlier. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Maybe I'm wrong.
It'll benefit me to get at least one solid night's rest before the fit hits the fan.
Yeah, I was thinking
The
about that
only
too
good
for-
night's rest we're going to get until Sunday night.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about that for next week because so Gak and I we're flying out Wednesday morning, which means right
Yes.
after the show,
Yep.
You're flying.
we're flying the next morning. So
Yep.
expect a short show next week because I ain't fucking staying up late.
Too late. Yeah.
We're starting at
What
5
time do you-
p.m. Pacific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my flight leaves at like 9 a.m. Wednesday morning or something like that.
Yeah, mine's.
So I got to get there by like 7:30, whatever.
Yeah, mine's like.
I don't
9:30,
envy that.
5,
No.
something
All
like
right. Gak, where are you flying out of? What airport?
Sacramento.
All right, Sacramento.
Dave,
It's a-
what fucking show do you think you're on?
Yeah.
This is Arcade Hangout. This isn't the other guys.
All right. Gak,
So,
Gak.
and I- it's
This
an
isn't
hour and-
Howard Stern. Yeah.
It's an hour and 20-minute flight from where I'm
Oh,
at.
that's not.
No, I'm just wondering what time you have to leave your house to make a 7:30 flight.
Oh, it's a half-hour drive from here.
Oh no, your flight's at 9. You
Yeah,
said.
so we probably gotta leave here by like 6:30 or 7 in the morning, somewhere around there. I'm gonna have my son drive me, drop me off.
So how long is the drive? You say hour and a half?
It's about a half-hour drive.
Oh, half hour.
30
That's
minutes,
pretty-
yeah.
Oh, that's not a big deal. All right.
Nope.
Absolutely nothing.
12
Good
minutes.
God, y'all.
Hey,
Anyone closer to 12 minutes? No.
12 minutes.
To the
12-minute
airport?
flight.
Yeah. 15 minutes
that's off.
traffic.
I'm
20
minutes away, but my flight, my first of 3 flights. I'm out the door. My flight from Ottawa to Vancouver is at 9:00. Yeah,
On
in
Thursday.
Ottawa, on Thursday morning. So I get to sleep in because
Where are you going to Vancouver? What? Vancouver, Seattle, Boise?
Yep,
Oh.
that's
Oh,
the
wow,
one.
that was a
So
guess. That's a good guess.
it's good guess. It's almost
Well,
like
yeah, I'm
Vancouver's
thinking
the.
about it. Yeah.
So like last year, it was Ottawa, Chicago, Boise, with a 45-minute layover in Chicago, pre-clearance in Ottawa. So nice, clean, boop, boop, done. However, after the Max 8 issue, United had to kind of redivert their fleet. So they canceled all the Ottawa to Chicago flights. They used to do 6 back and forth a day, and they wiped them all. So I'd have to go from Ottawa to Toronto, have a 2-hour layover in Toronto, and then go to Chicago, and then go to Utah, and then up to Boise.
Oh yeah.
So I would be getting in
Last year, I think your United flight was exactly the same time as the American.
Yes,
That's
it
why
was.
I didn't have. Now it's like
because
I have
you're
Holiday run.
So now I have 2 choices from Chicago for me. Where last year, if I didn't get on the Chicago to Boise, I fucking had to go to Texas. But this year, I have 2 choices. I have an hour in between. So
Yeah, because
hopefully I'll get there
we
before.
were your desperation move was going to be the same flight I was taking from Chicago to Boise at one point. Oh no,
If they told me it was really bad, but it wasn't, and it was so
okay, yeah.
there wasn't enough time because it's literally like it might as well be a half a mile. If it's at least a half a mile walking.
Oh yeah.
From American Airlines to United.
Yeah.
It's
2 different terminals because
Are-
United Arrivals is in Terminal 2 and Americans in like 4 or something like that.
I don't know the numbers, but
That's a
I've walked it
decent
several times.
fucking chunk.
It's a half a mile at least. But
Yes, your time as a high altitude beverage distribution agent.
high altitude beverage engineer, my young Canadian
Engineer,
friend.
sorry, engineer.
Yes.
I was a dish pit engineer.
Nice.
I shit you not, that was on my pay stub. It actually said dish pit engineer. I'm like, oh, dish.
Dude, I was a dish dog, man. I used to do it. My fucking hands were like I looked like an old
prune
man.
hands.
Oh,
Can stay
there was-
hold beers. Give me a cheers,
It was,
everybody.
it was so hot. Remember how
Cheers.
that shit was? Dish dog.
crap.
yours.
Yeah. I will see your Bud Light and raise you a Budweiser.
How come you don't drink like mostly Canadian or Labatt's? No, you like the
Yeah.
American stuff, or you're in Canada?
The same
$2
reason why
He
we don't
likes-
drink fucking Miller Lite and
he
Bud
likes
Light.
the
Oh wait,
import
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. It's called $1.05 a can.
That's cheap.
So it's cheaper to buy a Budweiser than Molson up there?
So for a 30
Or
case,
Labatt's?
Yeah, it depends on the size. So this is a 355, so standard pop can. So a case of 30 of these cost me about $50 Canadian, which is about 40-ish American, if not more less.
Hmm.
A 30 pack of
Sounds like a
Bud
lot.
Light's
It
$19.99
does.
Yeah.
in the U.S.
Yeah, but
Like,
you got to remember in the
Again,
US,
it's import.
in the US, you got to remember about that much of it is water
Yeah.
because
No, you do have higher
any
alcohol.
beer. So
It was, yeah, what's
believe it or
ABV
not,
on
this Budweiser was not brewed in the US. If I turn it around enough and look in the light, it's actually done in Canada because of the tariffs on importation.
No, he's right, because when I drink Bud Light, like in Canada, it's different. It tastes different. Like if I get it from the casino, if I'm over there, it's a different brew.
Is it actually a higher ABV or is it?
I think he's right. I think he's right about
It
that.
is.
But
What
also,
is the ABV on it?
Who's his?
His.
Yeah.
What's
I
yours?
don't know. Well, I have Bud Light, so it's not
five-
It's like 0.2% different.
5.2.
Huh?
So yours is what,
5.8?
4.8?
my Bud Light.
Yeah.
Well,
Bud Light's probably-
his Bud Light comes up as chlorinate your pool.
I can't believe you guys are like waving Budweiser dicks at each other,
I know, right?
saying my
The
Bud.
Canadian Budweiser is so much better than the
Ugh.
American
Mine's
Budweiser.
4.2.
Or 4.2.
That's a
Brewed
Bud Light,
in
though.
brewed in
Yeah.
St. John's, or sorry, Halifax, Nova Scotia.
But where I live
I
in Western New
appreciate-
York, everybody drinks Labatt's and Labatt's Blue Light.
What's the other one? It's like it looks like it says cocaine. It's like kokanee or something like that.
Kokanee, yeah. So that's solely a Canadian beer is Kokanee. The rule on that,
Kokanee just posted in the IRC and said, "Got news for you, Seabart. All the liquid except for alcohol is water and beer."
Good
Dave
point.
Elope,
Yeah.
Dave Elope, my Canadian brother. You have to bring that damn jersey. That thing was awesome as hell.
Hey, what's the furthest anyone's coming? We got the Alaska guys coming again.
Yeah, I think
I
I'll
want to
ask.
say yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely registered at least one person from Alaska.
I mean, I was shooting the shit with a bunch of them. I have a bunch of their phone numbers too. The Alaska dudes.
I mean, DJ Flask would have had it nailed,
Yeah.
but unfortunately, he couldn't make it now. So that would have been Australia.
I was really looking forward to meeting them
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
in person.
Go, Mock, go.
Where's Mock doing?
I don't know. I was trying to tell Seabart got it.
Got it.
Crap. I was blowing my nose. I don't want you guys to have to hear it.
Satanic bat says.
Mark, where's my
flat-
money?
Bot.
I didn't get the
Satanic
email. You have to
Satanic.
resend it.
I sent it again.
What?
I'm picking on you.
Did you send it to the email I told you?
I only have the one, unless you have a weird one for your girl, Mock.
No, I sent it to you.
So Mock's email
There, I
address
got
is,
it. I got that one.
I know.
Mock's email
I'm
address
fucking
is
with you, Mock.
hornypumpkins@gmail.com.
My son was asking today, Mock. He goes, "Daddy, when are we getting the projector? Because I got a free one because I can get one from work." And I'm like,
cool.
"Oh, I'll get it tomorrow," because he wants to shine it on the thing. He's all freaking pumped. I have 3 blow up.
I wonder what you could
My
put on
house.
that projector.
All right, so $50 for anybody who wants a DVD of like 11 pumpkins singing songs. So hit me up at Grinkers if you want one.
11 at once. That's a lot of pumpkins to buy.
No, it's
I know. I'm just joking.
11 songs.
But I like how
Yes.
you
The hit,
said
the hit
cheap
of the neighborhood
player.
3 years running.
because I have a shitload of DVD
That's awesome.
players. I don't know why I'm keeping them in a big bin and with the Betamax and the VHS. And I don't know. I keep having this dream I'm gonna have like the 80s like.
Because you're a pack rat.
I know a little bit.
We all have this affliction at one point or another.
Right.
One level or
I'm
another.
staring at 3 bankers boxes, and that's just cables.
Hey Dave, I had to tell my parents over the weekend, no, you cannot sell my Atari and all the games or donate them. I should say donate. It was a weekend of let's go through your toys because your grandpa's moving in with us. So should we throw this, donate this, or keep it? And then I'm out in the garage and my mom's like, what about this? And it's like, it's a fucking Atari. I'm like, no. I'm like,
Right. Yeah.
no. That's
Dude,
a big
you
no.
Toy Story for real. That's like the movie. Like,
Yeah.
It was very. I was posting pictures on Slack a little bit, but it was.
Yeah, you
it
had a
was-
pretty awesome Star Wars setup in the.
It was a very nostalgic weekend because like me and my sister are going through our old toys. It's like, oh, here's our Light Bright, here's our Muppets Viewmaster, here's here's our Star Wars, and what are these figures? I'm not even sure. Our Light Bright, all of our we're going through all of our toys, and it was just like, okay, you can donate these, but you can't.
Is your sister older than you or younger than you?
Yeah, she's 3 years older than me.
Okay.
So, yep. So we were going through everything, and I was finding stuff that I forgot I had.
No problem.
The big treasures that Viewmaster was crazy.
My God.
It's like this Muppet.
discs.
It's this Muppet themed set. If you guys know what a Viewmaster is,
Yeah,
I'm sure
it's
you
like
will
the
see.
disc with the little picture.
Yeah, you hold it up to light.
Sci-fi movie has a
Yep.
Viewmaster in. A sci-fi movie that has a Viewmaster in, like big time sci-fi movie. Remember this?
I don't know.
Australia. Do you remember Mad Max? Thunderdome.
Yeah.
Had the Viewmaster, Mrs. Walker, Mr. Do you remember?
I remember that
Barely, yeah.
It's been a while. Thunderdome is not one of my favorite.
I hate
like
Thunderdome.
I know people love or hate Thunderdome. I love it.
I don't like it.
But there was a Viewmaster in it, and the kids we're looking at the pictures of the Viewmaster, remembering.
Yeah, you hold it up to light, and so this one was like a the Muppets road trip or something. So it's like pictures of Muppets in scenic places, and we had the can, and I'm like, okay, we gotta keep this, and I finally came across our Star Wars lunchbox that had all of our figures in there. Empire Strikes Back lunch, it was just like such a trip. I forgot I had half that stuff. So we were going through all that. It was a lot. The best stuff I definitely was like, you got to keep this. So there was a lot of that going on. So that was a lot of fun. But yeah,
Shake that can, Gak. Come on now.
I did. It's
There's
out.
still a drop left.
that's what she said.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I got like.
Oh, there we go. See,
Yeah.
see. There you go. There's
Squeeze it
still 3
out.
drops.
I got like 4 or 5 more drops.
You gotta do one of those.
Yeah.
Dave, I hate to tell you this, but you got about 2 months, and there's going to be a problem when Frozen 2 comes out. I just checked.
I don't
Okay.
understand.
Frozen. If you don't understand, you do not have a daughter. If you don't have a daughter,
are you saying you had Seabart? Do you have a daughter? I didn't know that. I didn't know you had a kid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah!
Congratulations, Seabart.
I had a whoops about 10 years ago. Yeah, it was a college.
10.
There you go.
Well, is that where that's where the song came from? I
Too
fought
late.
the law.
No.
All the
I'm
truth
lost.
is bubbling to the surface now.
Yes.
Don't add that. Jesus Christ. CBSA might be watching.
I doubt it.
I didn't even. Dave Velope, you're a jerk. Also, the delay is a lot shorter than I thought. I didn't even know that Seabart was pregnant. Thanks, Dave.
Seabart, I love you, man. But my son last year afterwards, he was like, that guy Seabart, I don't really understand half the things he's talking about. I just don't get it. Your stories just kind of like go.
What you're saying is he hasn't learned how to understand drunk Bart.
Yes, right. Yeah.
That's D-Bart.
Well, if you start typing,
Just like at 12 o'clock in the just like 12 o'clock at fucking night, and I have some kid blasting fucking music off his iPhone. I'm like,
yeah, but
okay, this is
Seabart,
the name of the song. Fuck off. I'm trying to sleep. I have to be out of here at 7, and you have to get up because your dad is driving me to the fucking airport.
Hey, Chris, just be thankful he wasn't reading how you type, because that doesn't matter if you're sober or drunk.
Yes.
No one can understand that shit.
Yeah.
We all are baffled by
It's
that.
shorthand. It's shorthand. I've been using shorthand for years.
No,
Yeah.
type in longhand.
It's like one finger is what it is. Not even a hand.
I have a fucking 3-ring binder of
It's his
old
whole
work
palm.
order. I have a 3-ring binder of work orders, and it's all shorthand, and then I tape them into the system. But I have all my backup copies,
and
it's
to
all
us, it's
shorthand.
Yeah. Seabart, half the time we
Jim,
gotta like
you need where's that? You don't even have the sound effect, do you? You don't have the sound effect, do you?
Seabart,
I
like
haven't needed it until now.
Half the time, Seabart, Andrew somehow can figure out what the fuck you're saying. We're like,
Yeah,
we get
we're
a
waiting for the
translation here,
34K
Andrew?
translation.
Translation.
Yeah, he'll figure it out. Like, oh, that's what he was saying.
Let's see how well this shows up.
I figure I'm about 70% accurate.
All right,
Nope, that doesn't show up at all.
Gotta talk.
there you go. Is that
Well,
showing
no,
up?
we can all see the gallery.
Okay,
view.
hold on. There
You
we
switch
go.
to the gallery view. You can.
Is that
There.
2019 thesis?
Can you see it now? Can you read any of that?
Is this
No?
your manifesto?
No, that's episode 54.
I
Call
don't.
me sir.
Show note.
God
I don't know.
damn it.
I don't even know what to do with that information.
You can't read it because it's in my hand. Okay, there, Jimbo.
Send it to the
You
Democrats.
just
I might
mind
need
your
it.
P's and Q's, Buster.
I'll send it to Trudeau. He used to be a teacher. Sorry, substitute drama teacher. Oh, sorry. Let's not go political.
Cool.
So, Jim, how close were you to your high score tonight?
Oh, not even.
You got up there pretty good.
No, I
I've
didn't.
never-
That's a problem. I've
I've never seen you get to dough though. I've never
That's the thing.
seen you. Yeah.
I got to the bot. I got to the end, but like I was saying earlier, is that you can't. If you want to go for a high score, it's a different strategy. So, like all of my best scores have not been when I've completed the game. Actually, every time I've completed the game, I haven't even made my scoreboard. So, yeah. So if you want to get through the game, that's one thing, and a lot of it has to do with power-ups, because every time you collect a capsule, it's 1,000 points. So you're part of the strategy is, if you want a big score, collect every capsule you can, anything that's going to give you points, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to benefit you as far as completing the levels go. So
Exactly.
yeah. So it's a weird game, and that's why I've come close to Orcade's world record. Like, I'm only like 300,000 points behind it. 1.58 million, I think, is my best game, according to my scoreboard. 1.6 is Orcade's world record. And the only reason I go off Orcades and not Twin Galaxies is because it's the same.
Stop
default
laughing,
settings.
34.
Wait, you're
Leeching asshole.
you're the one asking Jim questions, and you're not even paying attention.
I was,
it's
but
a
then I saw something going quack quack. I was like, dot shift mouse dot bang enter. But so one of the levels that I'm sure you
Now I'm
hated
reading it.
is it's all the gold bars, and they're coming down like kind of tines of a fork, and you have to get the two at the tops.
Yeah, that's a score level. That's the one that makes or breaks a record,
But
and that's all random.
That's.
But if you go
I'm
the other
watching, I was
direction,
like, my what the hell is going on there? Kind of thing is going off, and so that's sucks.
if I go the other direction though, the other level isn't much better. So you're better. Yeah, it benefits you to go that, and it's not like when I'm trying to complete the game. If I get that power up, like the one that gives you a big score, I don't care about the score. I care about the extra lives, and you need 200. So you get an extra life at 100,000 points. You get one at 200,000 points, and then every 200,000 points beyond that. So when I'm there, I'm looking for 200, 400, 600,000 points, a lot, just to give me some extra lives so I can continue. And you have to basically throw one of those lives away if you are starting to point press that way, if you get that power up, because the energy balls start traveling so fucking fast that by the time they drop down the sides, it's very unlikely that you're going to be able to react to them. So, so there's that.
Now, something else I noticed is on some of the levels, so the enemies drop down from the top.
Yep.
Now, if you go out from the side, is that when they fall you down? Or if you stay underneath all the bricks, do they stay up there until you go past? until like there's a clean
No,
line.
the brick. As soon as there's a gap, they can drop down.
As soon as there's a gap. Okay. So
Yeah.
like I
So
noticed,
it benefits you to try to clear as many bricks as possible, without opening gaps up. Typically, I like to start on the right side of the stage because when you start the level, the ball always releases from your paddle to the right. It always does because it's centered slightly to the right. So if you drew a line down the paddle, the paddle was perfectly even. You drew a line down, based on if the ball is situated any way like 1% to the right, it's always going to go to the right, left. So the more it comes out to the side, the more of a steep angle or obtuse angle you're going to get that ball out of there. So every level when you release the ball, yeah. So every level when you release the ball, it's always going slightly to the right. So as long as you know that, you can use that to your advantage.
Because it always puts the ball in the same exact spot in the paddle at the beginning of the level, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
They should have totally randomized that across the paddle to make it.
That would be nice. Like even if it was every other, like whatever.
Yeah.
Like, but actually, that'd be really cool if it was completely random. But yeah. So you have to use that to your advantage. And once you get past, I mean, the first few stages, you can kind of start to figure out the strategy with each level, how it pertains. And most of the levels, especially once you get past like level 20 and on, you can see, okay, the strategy is I need to hit this exact spot. And if I can do that, then the level becomes easier. But it gets pretty ridiculous later on. But the first time you release that ball, once you at the beginning of the stage, that is absolutely critical in how the rest of the level progresses, especially once you get past like halfway through the game.
And if you go different paths, can you add more levels to your path?
No.
Or is it always the same number of levels to get to the boss?
Same number. Yep. Yeah. Level 18 is the same. That's the one that can be a real bitch. That's where it's got 3 layers of temporary bricks. Temporary mean
on the sides.
The silver ones that have the little dashes in them.
Mm-hmm.
So like you can it takes several hits to clear them, and then once you do, they reform after a few seconds. So level 18 is the same. This is the US version I'm talking about, because the world version's slightly different, and the only real difference is the first stage, but and where the sub bosses pop up. So 18 is the same regardless if you go left or right. 20 is the same. That's where you face a sub boss, and of course Doe at the end is the same.
Right.
Anyways, yeah.
So
if I'm tipsy enough, I might stream more once we end the show. If I'm drunk, if I'm tipsy enough, which is very could be pretty likely. I should have bought Never 2,
and you'll get your best score ever.
Jim,
not even close.
I found really interesting, like watching. I don't remember if it was Friday or Sunday night, whatever. But so there's 34 levels, right?
Yep.
34K. By the way,
I did notice actually while Jim was playing that it was level 34.
Yeah. So
that was Sunday.
The trippy thing about it is like you have options to go left or right at the end of each level, and it'll take you to a different level, right?
Yep.
So there's, I don't know, some other number, 50-ish levels is what they created or more.
Yeah.
But you have to try them all to figure out which one works the best or easiest or points.
Yeah, for me, it feels like I would say like most of it is personal preference, because like what I consider to be easier may not be the same for the other person. For instance, a clear example, me and Carrie, every time she's over here, she'll play Arkanoid, and on the third level, so after you complete the second level, if you go right, it's that it's a stage where it's got multiple platforms with just one row of bricks. If you've watched me stream at all, I obviously that you've seen that level, but she prefers to go left, which is the sub boss, which I don't like because I think the level the level I on the right is easier, but B is that the sub boss is completely random as far as clearing it goes. There's no pattern. You have to get lucky with hitting the ball just as it opens one of its mouths to release one of these enemies.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
And you don't get as many points that way. You can be on there forever or not, and you've got all these enemies, so there's a lot of variables. But for whatever reason, Carrie finds that easier for herself to complete that versus the other stage. So like, yeah, it comes down to personal preference. So if you can memorize those levels, great. I have trouble memorizing which way to go after like level 10 already. And so I've started since I started streaming, I've started making, I actually have a piece of paper like this.
Yeah, cheat sheet. Kinda, yeah.
And I've just been marking, okay, 13, I want to go right. And there's a lot of scribbles and stuff on there. And I have that right on the bezel so I can glance over to it. And that's been helping me a little bit.
The other thing I noticed was like, so there's two things really one thing you're mainly trying to shoot for, I'm assuming, is that you want to make it to the end, not necessarily the highest score. You want to make it to the end. So it seems like if you're really trying to, there's one level you point press at, if you get lucky, the whole thing that does all the balls.
And that doesn't matter if you're point pressing or not. I will always, if I get that power up, I'm always going to go that way just because I want to, if nothing else, earn extra lives.
But the thing I noticed, and I think it was like YouTube Punk or somebody was commenting on your YouTube when we were watching it, is that all those power ups, you get like 1,000 points per power up, right?
You do.
So depending on where you're at and where the ball is at, it's like just freaking take everything that falls down at you, right?
Especially if you're point pressing, and especially in the first like 4 levels. Yeah, especially if you get because the first few levels will release many more power-ups than in the later stages. That's just how the difficulty goes. You get way more power-ups in the first few stages. And with the flashy capsules, they typically benefit you more early on. It's more of a gamble in the later stages for whatever reason. So I'm collecting everything as far as, like, you have to use your own judgment, but usually early on I'm collecting everything regardless. And that's just even if I'm going for a score or trying to complete the game, I'm going to collect all those capsules in the first couple stages because I want those points to get an extra life. I want a bank of extra lives, because the further into the levels you go, the less chances there are for you to get points.
Right.
Just fucking you guys. I'm just catching up. Yeah, every capsule, the little reduction capsules included. Now, if I was just point pressing, or if I really want, I'm close to an extra life, I'll get one of the reduction capsules, because depending on the stage, because everything, as soon as you have that capsule, everything that you destroy, enemies, bricks, whatever, you get twice as many points. So that's one of the few benefits to getting that capsule. The other reason would be if you're on a stage where you're having a really tough time hitting a really sharp angle to clear a brick, because you have that smaller capsule, you can hit these steeper angles. And it's the same thing if you get the extend capsule. So yeah.
So the extend one will do sharp angles also?
What's that?
The extended one will give you sharp angles also?
It'll give you different angles, not necessarily sharper ones. You have to really fucking hit that ball way off to the side.
Right. So,
yeah. It's rare that I will get a capsule for that reason, but it does come in handy sometimes. Yeah. Anyways, every capsule has its pros and cons. And I've been meaning to do, like, I don't know if I'll ever get around to doing. I have the script written. I've told you guys about this for 3 Arkanoid videos about the basic strategy and the advanced stuff. It's 3 parts and it's a 10-page script. But I have no fucking idea if and when I'm going to get around to doing that, because it's going to take me so much fucking time. and I've got too much shit on my plate right now. Which has been fun about doing these live streams because I'll be like, hey, if you guys have any questions, and I'll try to commentate.
Right.
It's not it's not the same, but it can, maybe serve a similar purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Jim, what does the capsule do that I saw that comes down? It's green, but it looks like it's opening and closing, sort of. You know what I'm talking
Is
about?
it a T? Is it a dark green?
I don't know the letter that's on it, but it's a green capsule that looks like it's opening and closing, kind of.
That's probably the I think it's
looks like it's expanding sort of and closing up or something.
It's the only one that's got kind of a shadow behind it. I'm pretty sure because there's only 2 green capsules. There's Catch, which is obvious. It's a light green, and then there's a darker green one that I think you're referring to, and I forget the name for it. But it basically creates a trail behind the Voss.
Maybe that's a trail that's happening
T for
behind
trail.
it.
Yeah. So basically, the way that works, I my nickname for it is the panic capsule, because the way it works is that when you move the capsule or when you move the Voss or your paddle, whatever you want to call it, back and forth, the faster you move it, the more of a trail you get behind you. It's like a shadow.
Yeah.
And that shadow also is like an extension of your paddle. So that will hit the ball. And if you move your paddle very slowly, you won't get much of it. So the faster you move it, and it's longer. It ends up being longer than the extend capsule. So on stages where there's a lot of enemies, the ball's traveling really quickly, and there's maybe a lot of bricks really close to you. That's a great capsule to have because you can overcompensate and you're safe a lot of the time. So if you don't know which way the ball is going to deflect off an enemy or a brick and it's moving really fast, you have that capsule because it actually benefits you to rigorously move the paddle left or right. So
I like vigorously moving the paddle. That's pretty awesome.
Vigorously.
I remember you showing me that at Grinkers too, like how that one works. That one's a really cool power
and it
up.
makes it cool. I like the sound it makes. If it hits the trail behind you, it makes a tink. It's like this really it's a funny little
weird.
sound.
Yeah.
Imagine that if the paddle, instead of twisting it left and right, you have to pull up and down for all your movement. Like you're like
punch out.
Yeah, hard enough.
Oh God.
Yes, exactly.
I'm trying to make it longer.
Yes.
Too long.
Yeah.
That's too much. Yeah.
And
This is what happens when Carrie's not here.
But she's here too.
And also, what does the black one do? That one you always avoid. Is that like a bad one?
That's I was just talking about that in the IRC. That's reduction. So it's basically it shrinks. You get shrinkage.
It's like the anti-Viagra
shrinkage.
Pill. Yeah, I called it the anti-Viagra pill.
Yeah, so it reduces you to half size, and there's only 2 benefits to that. One
half
is
size,
that
there's nothing left.
Yeah, you got an innie.
I see what you did there.
That's a problem. No one sees what you did there.
Just barely.
No one can see what you did there. Yeah. So
I stand up, but I'm not wearing underwear right now.
Yeah.
Well, so Mark, the only benefit to getting that is one, if you're in the circumstance where you need to hit a really sharp angle because you have a smaller paddle, you can hit some it makes it a little bit easier if you have to hit a really steep angle. But the big benefit to it, the only real benefit is you get twice as many points for everything you clear as long as you're small.
Oh,
so
weird. Okay.
every brick you clear, every enemy, you get twice as many points. So if you're close to an extra life and the level isn't too terribly complicated, maybe you want to take that capsule, but otherwise I usually avoid it. That one and the dark blue T, which stands for twin, I avoid like the plague because it's a very deceiving power up. It gives you a second paddle off to the side, so it's like you've got 2 paddles, but there's a gap between them. And I think it's just human nature to want to center the energy ball right on there, and it can slip right between them. And so it's actually more of a nuisance because you have to be mindful to avoid the center as soon as you get that power up. I think the reduction is more beneficial than that capsule, unless you get like some super flashy capsule power up where there's like 40 energy balls across the screen. Then I might get that twin because there's more surface area.
Rack it up. Yeah.
So, and sometimes I'll get the reduction right after I get that capsule because it's like, oh, there's 40 energy balls on the screen. Get that reduction capsule and you get twice as many points for everything that they break. So you can kind of use that to your advantage there.
You heard it here, folks.
Risk versus reward.
And no, I don't hold
Arkanoid
any world
Revenge
records.
of Doe.
I hold no records on Arkanoid. I'm not a fucking expert on the game. I just play it a lot.
Yeah, you can play it way longer than I can. I could play it like maybe a level 3.
So you make it
hard.
shrink and you get twice as much enjoyment out of it, apparently.
Well,
Strangely enough, with a small one, you score twice as much.
Yeah.
Just because it's small doesn't mean it's broken.
It might be small, but it's fierce.
Yeah.
Just don't get a second opinion. Yeah.
It's not the motion of the ocean. It's how you use it. Something says counts. It's the motion of the ocean. Come on now.
All right. I need one more beverage for the night here.
Yes.
One more beverage. I'll be.
Yeah.
So,
wow. So Gleek dropped in just to say he's going to bed. Night, Gleek.
All right.
Good night, Gleek.
Buffett's still here? Oh wait.
He was in our chat.
No, Mike. Where's his mic? I don't understand. How come he doesn't have a mic?
Oh, he's in IRC. He's not actually in here. Oh, Buffett?
Yeah.
Buffett
doesn't have a microphone or a camera tonight. So he's just hanging out in the chat.
Eating lasagna?
Probably.
He somehow had
Couple whole
access
turkeys.
to some internet typewriter, I guess.
Well, that actually is one of the tricks to
He's
this
got a
software.
dial-up modem on his
He's got a really
typewriter.
old laptop with no camera.
Well, no, actually, that's one of the cool things about this software, though, is that you don't have to have a camera. You can just call in with your phone, and we can hear you.
Yeah, that's true.
So, just saying, you don't have to just hang out as a blank screen typing in a chat. You could just call us. There's a phone number.
There's a phone number to call in this?
Yeah.
Where?
It's part of the invite. In Zoom, when you launch Zoom, it gives you the option of how you want to connect to audio. And one of the ways that you can have it is you can either dial in or you can actually have Zoom call you. So like, for example, when I run my meetings in the morning, I always have Zoom call me. It's easy.
Wow.
Just type in your phone number and it calls you.
Man,
I know. It's crazy.
technology.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's like when I had Samuel.
It's amazing when it
with
works.
Snakes on planes back 20 years ago.
So, Andrew, you got him set up for next week? A couple of guest call-ins?
I do. Yeah. So we should have 2 guests calling in next week.
I probably won't be here. Well, I'm going to try to. I'll be in New York, so I will try. But
All right.
I'll probably be running around with people.
Yeah.
Well, you
no
can always
worries,
just
man.
grab your
Priorities.
phone and dial in real quick and say hi.
Yeah, I'll try. I'm going to try. Yeah.
What part of New York are you in yet?
I'm not sure. I'm not planning it. I'm just along for the ride.
Okay.
But
Oh, good.
it's my nephew's wedding, and he's going to take us out, and he knows all the
Awesome.
good spots and all the good foodie places and things. So
Well, they got a couple barcades out there, which I think are worth checking out. The one I went to for sure is worth checking out. It is pretty cool.
oh, okay.
They had a dedicated anteater cabinet there,
Nice.
which I've never seen anywhere. So
Oh,
So you actually go into the city proper?
we're
yeah.
going everywhere.
Oh,
yeah.
you're a mock. Yeah.
Yeah. Send me the names of those, so I might be able to try to check them out.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
Dave posted that link to Last Starfighter where Alex beats the record on Last Starfighter, and the cutscene where it cuts to where he's like, Alex is going for the record, and it cuts to Lewis and he's in his bedroom. He's like, the record, and in the background he's got a Zaxxon. I'm pretty sure it's a Zaxxon little mini arcade.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Game. I never noticed that before. That's fucking hilarious. I wonder if that was released. Like, does anyone else have one of those?
They did have a Zaxxon.
No, that's real.
Countertop.
Yeah.
That is, okay.
I have a Tron countertop, and I think it's pretty much the exact same molds they made for Zaxxon.
It's like one of these.
I still need to get the clip
I
from
can't
Last
see it.
Starfighter
Yes.
where Lewis goes,
that Tron?
diarrhea.
Yeah, this is my Tron.
Yeah, I have one of those. Yeah.
Do, 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 do.
The Zaxxon, I think, is in the same cabinet as.
Yeah, except
Oh,
it uses reflectivity to do the aircraft flying over it.
Fancy.
I love you, Alex.
So,
I love you. I'll always love you, Megs. Diarrhea.
Like a
So
pepper
apparently,
ghost
it's been 100 years of NFL.
Hey.
That's what the
Neat.
can says. Yeah. On the other side, it's Philadelphia Eagles.
Dude, your middle name is non sequitur.
Ow. I'm just gonna push this red light. I'm just gonna push this red light right now and see what.
He just self-muted.
He self-muted.
Self-mutilated.
Good. While he's doing that,
That's huge. That game he has.
That's his wake-up
It is,
call
it's
for
huge.
drinkers.
yeah, that's how I was like,
Hell
yo,
yeah.
It's fart pong.
Yeah.
we're having a fart off.
I bet you like a winner too. I have one for
Right after B Dubs, we're doing a fart off.
Hello?
Oh, no. Fucking,
that's-
I think Buffett would
That's
win.
my. That's my.
No, Leo. Well, Leo won't be.
Leo.
there.
Who the hell is testicles?
What?
Hello, Testy 1 2.
Gleek.
Wow.
That's D1 too.
Hey, it's Gleek, guys. I'm trying that call in the meeting thing.
Hey,
What's
look
up?
at that. It works.
Welcome, caller.
He does something.
I'm
we
gonna
have a
miss you guys.
caller.
I'm not going to Drinkers this year, as you know.
Oh,
It's been one shit year for me.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
So,
Lame.
Well,
Yeah.
but actually,
Well,
that has
there'll
nothing
be
to do with
more
my situation.
stuff.
That was work.
But Daddy is a big penis.
hey, Gleek, there'll be some get-togethers next year, I'm sure. So
Yeah, I'll attend them. My work
Try to do
actually
it, yeah.
owes me. They owe me a week of vacation for kind of screwing me over for the Grinker stuff. So
If nothing else, make it out to Nat.
yeah, where's that going to be?
We don't know. Somewhere.
Oh,
We're trying,
It'll
We're
be
trying.
sorry, I'll buy
somewhere.
my tickets.
But don't miss it. It'll be the best.
we're trying to make it Canada, maybe.
Oh, I'm
Well,
sorry.
I got
but half
my,
of you
um,
won't make it into Canada. We stopped.
Yeah, I got my enhanced license, so it should work. I'm actually ready to go to bed, man. So I just wanted to call in and say hi to everybody.
Thank you, Dave.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Aw.
Well, you sound fantastic.
Aw.
Aw. And I bought it, and I'm a dumbass, and I bought an ATM machine.
of course you did,
I did.
All right.
It's funny.
because everybody needs a non-working ATM
No,
machine in their
don't-
house.
Everybody
worry,
needs an ATM.
We taught him how to disable the GPS in it until he could get rid of it.
All right. Hey, I'm signing off. Talk to you guys later, huh?
All right,
Later,
all right,
Gleek.
Buddy,
take
we'll
care.
miss
Hey,
you.
Gleek.
See you, dude.
Bye.
Come back. Wow, thanks for calling in.
Whoops.
Oh, he's gone. Okay.
Celebrity call-in, I guess, right?
So there you go. Yeah, the phone
Lit-
number works.
Yep.
yes.
It works very well, apparently.
Comes in through my speaking spell. Yeah, just kidding.
You know, they reproduced the speak and spell. I saw it at Target. It looked the
shit.
same.
You know,
Speak and
I
spell
bought
and
I
math
bought
and
the
spell
I
and-
bought a light bright for my niece a couple months ago at Target as well. So like the whole retro whatever is in full swing. I was really excited. Like, and then I looked at the one that me and my sister had when I was at my parents'. I'm like, man, they've really the technology. It's like it's all it is. It's a light, you know.
Yeah,
It's just a
it's like
fucking bulb.
They switched it up to LEDs instead of a shitty
it's like
incandescent light.
because the box, I'm like, this seems a little bit smaller. And then I looked at ours, so it's this big, like it looks like a fucking microwave. Yeah,
we have one of them.
Do you guys remember?
It's so magical.
This is probably like between 5 and 10 years ago. I want to say it was like kind of a retro teddy bear or something, and it was like one you squeeze and it talks.
Teddy Ruxbury.
They screwed up something on it, and
Teddy
the way,
Ruxpin.
if you listen to it a certain way,
Elmo.
it said like "Hail Satan" or "Satan loves you" or something like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the Tickle Me Elmo.
And what did it say? I
There was
don't
some, yeah,
remember.
it's as you squeeze, and yeah, if you listen to it a certain way, it said something kind of fucked. I don't remember exactly.
When I worked for Hasbro when I was unemployed back in 2011, there were we would frequent Toys R Us.
You crazy bitch!
Oh, you remember that?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm rewatching this fucking shit.
Okay, so you do. Okay,
I have the YouTube.
I couldn't remember.
climbed up.
I couldn't remember if I talked about that because I worked. I worked for Hasbro.
It was way back before we hit the 3 digits, but yeah.
Yeah, I worked for Hasbro with my buddy John. When I was unemployed, I worked part time for Hasbro, and we did the merchandising. So we'd go to Targets, and we would go to Toys R Us's.
What's that
See
about,
that?
Mock?
Playing eyes.
I have a main machine on this little guy.
Oh, really?
He's a main
Of course you do, Mock.
It's playing eyes, Jim. Eyes.
I don't know that game at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is this game? No.
So you had to go to actual stores and check something?
Yeah, so we would do merchandise. We'd make sure that the Hasbro's products were fronted right, and they had we'd put up their new displays for Transformers or whatever.
Mhm.
And there was at Toys R Us, I think it was only Toys R Us sold these triplet dolls, and they would talk. And I know, and evidently, Seabart is reminding me that I talked about this before, but there were like 10 or 12 different phrases they would say when it was motion censored for the display.
Okay.
So you'd walk past it. And like on like the 9th or 10th one, whatever it was, it would be like something like, get away from me, you crazy bitch. Like
Really?
it was blatantly obvious
Wow.
that they were saying bitch, and they like a month later, they were all recalled and taken back.
I'm sure.
But it wasn't
now.
yeah, it took a while, but like, and I think there's on YouTube you can find it.
Crazy bitch doll.
It's already in the IRC.
Huh.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. It was something like blah 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 blah, you crazy bitch. Yeah, it was listening.
Maybe that's
Yeah,
the same one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, me and John, we would trigger it up until like the one before it, and then we'd wait for people to walk by and be like, "What?
What did this just say what I think it did?"
And it laughs.
One more time. No, the laugh is the person doing it.
Oh God, no! It sounds like it's on the recording.
One more time.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Okay, you crazy bitch.
Maybe that's yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like okay, you crazy bitch.
Yeah. I remember us though, like we figured it out. We're like, okay, it's on the 13th or whatever. Let's trigger it up till then, and then here comes a couple coming by, and we just like watch their expression.
Yeah.
That's so damn funny.
Crazy.
In a past life, Jim used to play with dolls and get paid.
Yes, right?
That's true. It's true. It was the best.
And now
job
you know
ever.
what. And now you know why he's in porn.
Oh.
Hey, we were supposed to keep that in the DL.
Yeah,
there.
that was a
Right.
secret.
Sorry, Jim. I know.
No.
Carrie's not.
I don't want to get. Yeah, I don't want to get too popular.
Carrie doesn't need to know about your time there with condoms in California.
The big Eiffel Tower.
It's the high five.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, sorry. I was reading Fritz's.
That wasn't the London Bridge. That was just the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, just the Eiffel Tower is the high point. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was reading Fritz's weather report on Grinkfest, which is of course still quite a few days out, so it's gonna get up.
9 more sleeps.
But yeah, so you're saying
Is it looking good?
Well, so it's sunny, averages right around for every day 60 degrees, so it's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
It's sunny.
That'd be comfortable.
And only on the 13th is there even a 10% chance of rain. Now, of course, that's so far out. I mean, 9 days away.
Yeah.
So after 3
Yeah,
days,
the weatherman have
report's
plenty
like,
of time to get wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I think the main thing is the group photo isn't raining.
Look at you,
Other than
Rastan.
that, kind of whatever.
Yeah. It's got a.
Shit.
It's just so cool to have something so little. I mean,
That's
like
what she
this to
said.
play.
Said no dude ever.
For a plane
Yeah,
ride.
it said no dude ever.
Say nobody. It said nobody ever. No, but it's cute and it's great for.
That's what she said.
Sorry, Steve.
But for my plane ride, to New York, it's kind of a fun thing.
You got a lover boy on there?
I don't
Yeah.
know. I should look.
What was the other game I was
Here we
talking
go.
about?
Here
the
you can
other
see
day?
it. It doesn't have screen tearing, which is great. But here it's playing Rostan right here. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I see it.
Rostan. I always pronounced it Rastan. I guess I had it wrong.
Rostan.
Rostan sounds
Rostan.
more high class, like
That's the
turn
British
your
version.
nose up.
Yeah.
Yes,
So all I heard was tearing. It's like Jesus Christ.
this is
man,
the
you're not that big.
world version that I picked on that one.
Yeah.
There's different ones that you can do.
It is. The US one's slightly different, but actually my favorite one, just because the story is better, is the world version, which actually is Rastan's Saga.
Let's see, Loverboy. Let's see if that's on here.
You got to
No,
try out
maybe.
that other one I talked about, the streakers.
Oh,
or-
Streaker, or whatever. Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
played that.
She's a streaker. Peter.
So do you want to talk about that device, or are you just gonna?
Well,
Yeah. She's a squirter.
I would, but you can't buy
There
it
you go.
anymore. ThinkGeek is defunct now,
Yeah.
but that's where I bought it from.
Is
and
Think
it-
Geek is no more?
It was pretty. Yeah, I think they wrapped up shop. They
What?
Really?
I love that
Or just
site.
that
That was such a
device?
that was
no,
such-
That's where
I think
Think-
the whole. Let me see.
Oh, that site was
There.
such an easy way to
Yeah,
get,
they
like
it
shop
links
for
to
gifts.
GameStop.com now.
Oh,
yeah,
fuck that.
yeah, they died. They were
Wow.
owned by GameStop. I know that.
Weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
But
Weird.
no, they I think
They've been a
sold-
staple forever.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
I think
it
this
was
is like
easy
40
gift shop. Yeah.
30 or
Yeah.
$40 for this little guy, but it's like got it displays
That's great.
about everything.
And it
doesn't-
comes that way, or you have to mod it to get all those games?
Well, they provided the emulators, so you just got to
Okay.
get the ROMs. So
Oh, the ROMs,
you just
okay.
plop them on the card and throw on the ROMs, and boom. So okay, let me
Goes
see.
the dynamite.
Boom goes the dynamite. Yeah. No, it's a cool little device. So see, I got all the.
Boonga Boonga.
See, you can see the games there. I don't know. If you can
How
see
many
it,
games are on there, Muck?
A virtual finger.
Where do you put your finger?
but,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Okay, let's see. What we're looking for? Oh, Loverboy. Okay, let's see here. Liberator, Load Runner.
Look, my twat. Yeah.
Well, that's
What? What?
It's
I
the
don't
adult
see
version.
Loverboy, but I
That's-
probably would play it if I probably just didn't plop it on here at the time.
If only Carrie was here.
You know what? One game it does not play that I thought you could, because it's got L and R buttons up here. I thought you could do the rotation for Forgotten Worlds. That's one
Oh,
game
yeah.
that won't run on it. It's like
Oh,
shit.
sorry.
The spinner
every-
inputs are weird.
It plays everything now. It plays
Anything
Street
analog
Fighter,
is
Marvel
tough on me.
Capcom,
Yeah.
all the fighters, but it won't play that.
What about like Arkanoid?
Yeah, without a-
so like
Well, I know, but
originally,
it's the same idea, right? 'Cause
yeah,
it's an
no, it's the
analog
same.
input.
yeah, there's not an analog
Originally,
one.
when I was gonna try to do my Arkanoid videos, I was like, well, how do I
Aliens.
use MAME to direct capture? Because I want to demonstrate stuff, and so I was like, oh, I can use my mouse. No, it doesn't work the same.
Oh, no.
It works. It's better than the keyboard, but not by much. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like get an old ball mouse and just turn it over and use that.
exactly. Right.
I've actually thought about live streaming some Fightcade Street Fighter, like some just online matches, but yeah.
Or is
Got
it
it.
playable?
It's there.
Is it playable though?
Well, you don't have.
Isn't it
the
just a four-way
analog
game?
control, So
Oh, Forgotten Worlds. I thought you were talking
No,
about
no,
Loverboy.
that's-
I like Loverboy. That's a four-way game, right? Yeah. Mostly two-way, but it could be a
Yeah.
four.
I gotta go, guys. I'm
Yeah.
dying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
actually,
time to shut
I gotta
down
quit
anyway.
too.
We should shut it down. Yeah.
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 We shut this down about an hour ago.
So I
Okay,
can
so
start
this
live
was
streaming.
episode 190. Is that right?
190.
190.
Fuck. What the hell's the matter with
Jesus.
us?
190
90
things.
90%
And we're still
more
friends?
than yeah.
Mark's toy. That's amazing.
There's
It's kind of fun though.
190 things
But they
on
make there's other people that make stuff like this
Yeah.
that are pretty cheap. But I think it's kind of a fun little.
That's the main lover underground site.
He's a main
Careful there.
On Amazon. They sell this
Joystick
shit now,
hugger.
so you know you can get on Amazon.
Fix my You're right.
Anyway, we're gonna wrap it up.
All right, yeah, let's take us out of here.
And next week announcing the games,
got it.
right?
This
Well,
one's
maybe.
for
We're not announcing that we're announcing the games.
Yeah.
Just saying.
All 2 listeners at this
I'll
point.
post
might hear it.
the event poster in
in
on Thursday.
We're gonna go. Oh yeah.
After the
on
show.
Thursday. Yep.
Yeah.
Not on Tuesday. On Thursday, which is
Thursday.
Okay,
Thursday
so that everyone
worked,
else will get a chance to look at it the day before the event starts.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna go out with this song. This is in light of our missing show companion.
Things they change.
All right, folks. We'll see you
All right.
Next week for some special guests. And
I'm gonna wait for Carrie to come in.
we're gonna get booted off of YouTube before.
Yeah. 10 seconds.
All right, sorry. I thought you hit the button that quickly, but
No.
Oh, no one will say goodbye.
next week you'll be this.
All right.
All right.